seeing their real life mother, so they are not going to be here. So we have B Team Ketrin. It's just as good as regular Ketrin. It's not. It's not even close. That's okay. So with all that, we're all here. Has anybody got a flashback story they want to share? Otherwise, I have rolled on the table 316 for our Faxpiration. Okay, sounds like we're doing a Faxpiration. All right. Wait, are you saying if no one has one, you have one? Yeah. Okay. Oh,
Sorry, I just went up real quick. While also doing Hot 500 other things.
All right. Then I won't ask this question that now lives in infamy.
You'll never know.
It'll be used again.
I'm sure. Statistically, right. I mean, I'm going to be running at least 1,500 more games, so there's a good chance it'll come up. All right. Let's see. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm also loading in and trying to get everything else set up at the same time. Okay. So, rewinding the clock just a little bit. This would be during a time when the Jiska Imperium was embroiled in their conflict with Osirian and their allies for quite some time. As they say, everything for the war effort, and not much was different for a young Walter who was growing up in the Empire. He was born to Tasok and Siri, two engineers. And during his formative years, mostly normal-ish upbringing, but we do see that when they were doing aptitude tests, Walter had exhibited talents that were above average for observational and fine motor skills. So, as we see him kind of growing up before our eyes from a young boy to a teenager, kind of getting through, I wouldn't say it was like a boarding school, but a little bit more of a stricter learning curriculum because of, again, the war effort. We eventually see Walter as he is a young adult and signing up to enlist in the army. He goes through basic training for a number of years. His commanding officers see that he has, again, talent for observational and fine motor skills, and they decide to assign him to the as a forward scout as part of the surveillance and sabotage division, 4th Legion. I'm just gonna leave it out there.
All right, fair enough. I was picturing like the beginning of a Fallout game where a young Vulture had to take the specials exam. I don't know. That's just what I was.
Kind of something like that. Like if this was an RPG, this would be like, oh, you fill out an exam, and then like based on the answers you get, it's like, oh, you would probably be recommended for this role. And,
I feel like the culture you're building for us is very like sci fantasy, militaristic. Everyone has a place, almost like insect hierarchy more than human hierarchy. You know what I'm saying?
I could
kind of has that.
I could
has
definitely
that vibe to it.
see that, especially with things that we will see later on with automatons being as they are. That would make sense.
I feel like a culture whose end goal is to turn themselves into autonomous probably has big insect instincts. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. All right, sweet. Then, would anybody like to get a third hero point and a third hero card draw by recapping what happened last time? I will say this: Tuesday night, one of our players had they drew 2 new hero cards. We were mid-combat, and those 2 hero cards were immediately used to save someone's life and keep them alive. It was pretty cool. Like, again, these cards, sometimes you never use them, but then every once in a while, they're the perfect cards for the situation that you're in. All right, we got a 6 from Bella going once, going twice.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
This is on brand.
Okay. Zenny. Never mind. Zeddy, what happened last time? That's a lot to cover. That's a lot to cover.
Listen, okay, I'm no Bella Nova in these, but I'm gonna try my best. So we started at the dead spot. After reconvening, Zenny sharing a bit about, the past. We had a bit of a awkward situation meeting up with Loveless since, all of her closest loved ones were now dead because we failed to save them. But however, we moved swiftly on from there and traveled to Martel, where we went our separate ways. For the most part, some of us found the shadowy market where they sell illicit goods. Others had wonderful chocolate milk and snuggles. Eventually, we were ready to get going with one snag. We needed tickets. We needed transport to the Gunworks. Best way to do that is going downriver. There were mixed ideas on how to achieve this, none of which were really shared with each other, I suppose. We agreed to meet at midnight, which we did not do. And yeah, we ended up finding various ways to go down the river. Was it Vulture? It was Vulture, right, who got the Snuggle Cruise? Yeah, I think so. Or was it Stag? Okay, one of them two.
It was Vulture.
It was right. It was Vulture is aboard the Snuggle Cruise with a previous acquaintance, and is just sort of helping out on a trawler a bit. They don't really know how to help out because it's a professional cruise, but they snuggle well, so they got their ticket. Zenny went to meet up with the paper magnate of Alkenstar and got a ticket on board the casino cruiser, the gunboat casino cruise, along with Sir Gideon Sharp, but not before having a bit of a falling out with Lucy, also known as Lucifer, her devil mechanical fiendish horse, which wanted her to act more evil than it turned out she wanted to. So she shot it in the head when I was gonna go kill a child.
Fair.
Then went carousing a little and sort of woke up in the woods. This is where it gets difficult.
Just not really woods.
I guess it's not really woods around here. In the wilderness, waking up round about when the various boats were leaving, as heard by the horns. Woke up alongside, I believe, Sid, and found Stu diligently waiting at the agreed upon meetup point. Ketrin was waiting for everyone near the prison, expecting this carousal. And I apologize, but I don't remember where Stack went. Where did Stack go?
Everything worked out perfectly for it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. He woke up aboard the pleasure cruise alongside his Duemaket companion, who was dressed up as the wife of the person whose wallet he stole, who had the tickets. So they are safely aboard thanks to his clever and well executed theft and their blacked out and forgotten drunken escapades.
All right, beautiful. So the session will begin with a split party, hopefully handling via Theater of the Mind and skill challenge their journey from Martell to the Gunworks. All right, go ahead and take your third hero point and your third hero card draw, and I'll try to dig up some music, some nice some travel music.
Oh, you got a exemplary effect for the D3.
Yeah. Hold on. Travel music. Let's see. Wilderness travel. Adventure begins. Arctic wilderness. No, that's definitely not it. Wild wanderings. Nautical wonders. I mean, you are on a boat. I mean, maybe it'll work. All right.
A wondrous
yeah. If you like mutants, it's very wondrous. If
all
you're
the attractions along
mutants,
the way.
Yeah. Man, this might be too wonderful. Whatever. Okay. So we're divided into, I believe, 2 camps. We got very fancy riverboat, and then we've got smugglers ship. You guys actually handled the smuggler stuff already, right? You guys rolled your checks and everything. So we're just checking in on.
As far as I know, we're good.
Yeah. So we're just checking on the peeps on the boat, on the fancy boat. Okay. So on the fancy boat, you were going to be on the fancy boat for 2 days. Stack, you and Percival are impersonating a man and his wife, who are on the cruise for pleasure and leisure. Let's see, Zenny, you are on the boat as the +1 of Sir Gideon Sharp, post-it note magnet. Magnate? There we go. You know, rich boy who has based post-it note company. And then Vashon Gattleby, he was hoping that Bella would be there, but he lost her. So on
this is probably the worst temptation for him.
Good thing we'll never find out what happens. All right,
that's the fate.
So Stack, day 1, what do you get up to? You can take the W and just say, I hang out in my cabin and order room service on what's his face's account, and there's no chance of getting into any trouble. Okay, you're gonna gamble. All right. Are you planning to just gamble for money, like as a job, like while you're on the boat?
Sure. And he also plans to see if there's any way he can leverage the identity that he's stolen.
Okay, so I guess it'd be one or the other, or you could gamble one day and you could try to leverage the identity the other day.
Okay.
Either one would be represented as I think working for coin, because we're just doing this as sort of like a downtime activity essentially. So one would be essentially using deception as like your job to be like, yes, I'm totally this guy, and you should advance me some money, or things like that. Or you could be using it to try and get information if you think that he would be able to get you information that you wouldn't normally have. Things like that. The other would just be gambling. If you do decide to gamble, this boat allows gambling up to level 13. Which I might be well outside of your ability to do so. But if you win, you'd win big.
To do that.
You're level 8. That's 5 levels higher than what... I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. That seems too risky. But you could choose up to level 13. Level 13 implies that you played against the best of the best on the entire boat. So I guess what direction do you want to go? Do you want to do... you spent the time gambling, or do you want to use the time to try and essentially learn more about this guy and his connections and how it could be beneficial to you down the road? Like,
so you say that I have 2 days. So
yeah, 2 days.
All right. So yeah, I will gamble the first day, and when I win, I'll I'll leverage my connections the second day.
Oh, I see. Okay, okay. So go ahead and do earn income macro. Choose
Mhm.
any level up to 13. Choose gambling lore as your skill, and roll it.
All right. Can I hero point this?
Yeah, you can hero point it. It doesn't have a fortune effect on it.
Oh, okay, cool.
You roll a nat 1 for gambling on the boat casino. You get thrown off into the river.
I feel like you owe money to the mob at that point.
No, we did have. Holy shit, he did it.
All right, you succeeded. And so you made 8 gold in a single day of gambling, which is pretty decent. A pretty good amount of money when you consider a gold piece is equivalent to 150 to 250 United States dollars in the modern day times. So, not bad. All right, Zenny, what do you get up to on the first day of the 2 days that you're on the Riverboat Casino?
Well, I don't have gambling law, so I'm less inclined to do that.
Okay.
I think that she'll just have a day of hedonism.
Okay. Do you want to roll on the corral?
For God's sake. Well, I missed out last time.
Oh. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? You're on a boat this time.
I'm already on the boat.
Yeah, already on the boat. Exactly.
Sounds like a great idea. Yes, Crash, let's roll on the carousal table.
Wow. All right. Let's see. I gotta remember how to spell carousal. Hold on. There it is. All right, I gotta read this to you real quick. Anyone choosing to roll on this table understands that the implication is your character got so rowdy they blacked out and had a hangover-style mini-adventure, waking up to some serious consequences, implications, or boons. Do not roll on this table unless you are willing to release your player agency to RNGesus. Some of these results could kill your character or make them undesirable to play. Others might grant your character tremendous power or opportunity. Most will just be silly. Do you agree to these terms and conditions?
When you phrase it like that.
You know, after the session, I was thinking to myself, Stack had a blank checkbook and we were in Martell.
True. I think I will just have a good time and not actually full on.
Okay. Fair enough. All right, no problem. All right. Yeah. In that case, one day being the last, like in the epilogue, like time to carouse. Okay, then you just spend the day relaxing and having a good time. Do you try to avoid time with Sir Gideon Sharp? Do you try to take it in a different direction? Do you embrace his vampire fanboyism? Like, what's the situation there with your +1?
So, he's basically just seemed like a kind of like a fetishist at this point, right? He's not actually shown any interest beside that.
No, I mean he is. I mean, you're a decently charismatic individual, right? Like one would say, superhumanly with a +5 charisma. So he can't help but like low key fall in love with you just by being around you. You know what I'm saying? So like it started as a fetish. How did it end up like this kind of situation?
I see.
Yeah.
It's like a rom-com.
Yeah. Like at first he was like, maybe I can get this vampire to bite me, and then now it's like, how do I get this vampire to stay?
All right, then how about it's a 2-day cruise, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Day 1, she'll be avoiding him intentionally because he was like, and then he would have to approach her and beg for her favor again. Yeah.
Okay. Fair.
And then we go full rom-com. Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. Let's see. Go ahead and give me a society or a diplomacy check.
If you want us blind or straight.
I could be straight roll. That's fine. You'll know if your manipulations worked or not. Okay, yeah. He plays into your spider's web. You know, you wake in the morning, and he's like kind of rubbing his sore neck where you bit him last night, and he immediately is like, you know, trying to be affectionate and nice. And then you're just sort of like standoffish and aloof. He asks you what you want to do. You say you don't know. Everything he suggests, you don't think it's a great idea. He's becoming increasingly frustrated and confused. You let him, etc., etc. Yeah, so this goes on all day until he has basically lost his mind over like what could he have possibly done to turn things around this poorly, to make you this upset with him. And then you know by evening, like you've got him. Successful 33 manipulation. All right. Stack, I guess I should ask, do you, the night after successfully gambling and winning, do you partake in any carousing? Or are you just like, no, I gotta stay focused on mission?
No, he just won like $800. He's carousing.
Okay. All right. Vashon will also be carousing because he's not known for making good decisions, and he misses Bella. Bella, can you roll for him? Give me a 223, and Stack, give me a 223. Okay. Oh my. Okay. All right, and then 97. All right. 97. Oh. All right, Stack, for an extra hero point, I need you to tell us what happened last night when you were haunted by the ghost of a loved one who died under mysterious circumstances.
Oh.
Who did you kill?
So, I'd say he's like the ghost of his sister visits him, and he doesn't know if he's drunk or if it's his conscience eating at him because you see like wild magic sparks start like flickering all over his room, and he's kind of drunk, and he tries to like say that it's not his fault. He's very sorry. He's trying to fix it. And he's trying to bring her back, but he doesn't know how yet. And every time that, you know, he tries to make an excuse, more like mini wild magic surges happen in the room, like, you know, bottles of aftershave explode, the sheets turn into ducks, and he like takes out his like note cards and like his like notes with like everything he knows about wild magic, saying he's trying to fix it, and he tries to like plead with this ghost that seems very upset with him. And he passes out.
Damn. Okay. All right, take your third hero point and your third hero card draw. All right. That was apparently, canonically, the actual ghost of your sister, according to the carousal table. All right, Bella, I need you to roll.
Oh, God.
And you want to roll low on this. I need you to roll 2d4.
Separately or together?
Together. You want to go low. Real low. Oh, that's not good. Okay.
That hero point that.
Unfortunately, it's not a d20 check, so you cannot. All right. You know how cruise ships are. I've only been on one cruise, but it was a pretty big ship. I did see the same people over and over again. So yeah. So Zenny and Stack, on the second day of the cruise, you see an incredibly old man. It looks like he's at least 100 years old. And he is wearing Vashon's clothes, his goggles, and he's smoking Vashon's cigarettes.
Oh shit.
He's got liver spots. He looks like Mr. Burns if Mr. Burns was cosplaying for a steampunk festival. Like Mr. Burns going to Burning Man. That's what we're dealing with.
No.
Does anybody engage with him, or do you just leave him to his business? He's doing the thing that old people do on boats, where he's like staring off into the waves, like thinking about that night he got drawn naked and then had sex in the back of a fancy car. Like he's doing that.
Now, Zanny is like in Womcom mode right now, so.
Oh, okay. So he's just ignoring the background character.
Womcoms don't have time for like ugly people, and that's his disguise right now, so it just doesn't.
Oh, right, his disguise, exactly. Okay, yeah. It's incredibly good. It's a really good disguise. He actually looks over 100 years old.
Yeah, so he's just like not part of the scene right now.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Stack, do you engage, or are you still mixed up about last night?
Sure, he would, yeah.
Okay. All right, as you approach the old man, you're not sure what's keeping him alive, honestly, as you get close. He lets out a low, rattling breath as he breathes out his cigarette smoke. And he says, well, at least I got to tell her how I felt before the end. Life's tricky like that, ain't it? He turns, he looks at you, and you see, through all the old man makeup, his eyes are still bright. They sparkle with mischief. He says, looks like you had a rough night.
Yeah, drink too much, but it kind of walk it off.
Yeah, I thought about that, but I think for now I'm just gonna stay here and enjoy the day. And you see one tear go into his wrinkles and then take a long circuitous route down to his chin. All right, day 2 on the boat. Zenny, what is the goal of your rom-com? Are you trying to hardcore make this dude fall for you? Like marriage proposal, long-term relationship, just a contact that you can use later? Like what's the deal here? Has your recent litmus test of evil like awakened something in you that Geb kept buried all this time? That maybe there's a good person that's been trapped?
I don't know. Is Gideon Sharp the one to turn her away from her self-destructive revenge journey into Gab? You know?
Right.
Well, it's kind of what you're asking, but...
Oh, well, I think it's less of him as a person, so much as the experience as a vehicle for self-exploration. It's very unhealthy to have a person be a solution. You should always find your own solutions.
Right.
Right.
Such as, I don't know.
And I know that Zenny doesn't do anything that's, emotionally dangerous or irresponsible.
I mean, vampires investing all of their emotional stability in the life of a mortal always ends well.
Always.
Yeah, let's do that.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you've decided, this guy is going to be my humanity. Oh, wow. Okay. Then it's a pretty simple thing. You could just give me a society or diplomacy to woo this guy. Unless you got lore dating.
Oh,
It's pretty good.
Oh, all right, 31. Yeah, I mean, this has been the most magical, like 2.5 days of this guy of Gideon Sharp's life. He's never met a girl like you. He's never been on such a incredible emotional adventure. Yeah.
Bad timing, sorry.
he confides in you that he's falling fast and hard. All right, and it's at that point when you realize that this whole time he's just been played by actor Keanu Reeves with really bad hair. So, yep. All right, over to Stack. What are you doing with this second day on the cruise?
Yeah, it's kind of a mullet.
Yeah, it's a super mullet.
Yeah, now after like being successfully gambling, he's gonna see what he can find out about this guy that he stole his identity from.
All right. Let me see. Trying to walk it back to get the information on this guy. Where is he on the map? Got his wife over here. Got him. Oh, hold on. I share my notes. Let me grab my notes. Oh. Wrong notes. Hold on. That was sunset. Here we go. Alright. That's weird. Sorry. I'm trying to find, like, I had, like, his name and everything that he did. Let's see. Shoot. Man. This is like when Matt Mercer has this, like, 3-ring binder out, and he's just frantically flipping pages, and then Sam has to do, like, an ad bit or whatever, while Matt's trying not to get totally, totally unhinged by his mistake. Alright, let me see. Well, I mentioned his name on stream, but I don't actually, or in the game last time, but I can't find the notes I wrote down about him, so we'll just generate fresh ones. Alright. Alright, so you're basically gathering information on the person that you are impersonating. So, in order to do that, you would be essentially doing a gather information, which is, let's see, by default a diplomacy. If you have any feats that would modify it, you could do so. I'm going to give you a +2 circumstance to this check because you are essentially the guy and at least have access to some stuff about him.
I don't think I have any skills that are related. Like diplomacy is okay.
Well, I'm saying there's literally like feats that are like when you gather information, you can do this instead of this.
No, I don't have anything like that.
All right, so give me a diplomacy with a +2 circumstance bonus, but this is going to be secret because you could get the wrong information.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Only you had your friend who knows everyone in notable figure in Alkenstar.
All right. So with this check, you learn kind of the basics here. You are impersonating, and we can go back to the tapes and double check later. But Lord Caius Van Helden, And his family produces wine, which is kind of a weird thing. It's pomegranate wine. No one in Alkenstar is really into wine, but the people of Geb, with their, big vampire gothic horror energy, they love wine. And so his family makes a ton of money selling this pomegranate wine to the people of Geb. He is university educated, but was also sent to work on one of the farms in his teens so that he could learn the trade from the literal ground up, because his family is very hands-on with their business. His hobbies include rare plants and exotic carnivorous plants. His favorite vacation spot is the Mwangi Expanse, where he goes to view, purchase, and sometimes Safari Zone capture rare plants to bring home for his collection. He's very charismatic and well respected in the merchant community, never using his noble title to flex on anybody. He has a bad habit, and they worry that this is from the years he spent incognito as a farmer and farmhand, of slumming it. He definitely loves, going and hanging out with like the poor, the downtrodden, the crime, and living that salt of the earth lifestyle. People are worried that one of these days it's gonna get him into trouble. But overall, he is well loved for his generosity, his affable nature, and his shrewd business acumen, as well as his down-to-earth nature and ability to get along with the common folk. His fiancée, Lady Alara Cresthill, her family is wrapped up for generations in Alkenstar's political world. Often members of her family serve as advisors for the city council, and occasionally one of them is elected to the council. She herself is a brilliant diplomat and skilled negotiator, and it is unusual that someone from her family would be engaged to someone like this guy, Van Helden, because it doesn't serve any political advantage to her family. And that's all you learn. But you also learn that no one has seen her on the boat, his lady.
Okay.
Yeah. Someone says that they saw her board late last night with her husband, but she looked a mess. Was wearing a very, scruffy-looking purple fur coat, wrapped up tight despite the weather, and her hair was disheveled. Because I'm assuming during the day you're just kind of like incognito orange cat disguise or something. You're not trying to be him during the day, or because of the radical difference in heritage and everything else like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So with that knowledge that you learned about him, you may ask any one question that would be related to mercantilism or politics in the Alkenstar Duchy.
Let's see. Where do the merchants...
or I guess trade with Geb, trade with Geb.
Where do the merchants, when they come across valuable stuff, where do they want to sell it at? Really valuable stuff.
Where do they really want to sell it at?
Okay.
Or
where they keep and store it too.
So in Alkenstar proper, there are auction halls, but there is one particular auction hall that is better than all the rest. And it is sort of an exclusive, members only, invite only place. But it is where just the biggest ticket, rarest items are generally bought and sold. There is a sister business in Martell, but the main one is still operating out of Skyside in Alkenstar.
Okay.
All right. Night falls. Do either of you carouse on the Riverboat Casino?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Even carouse. Even harder.
Oh wow. Okay. Zenny, do you carouse or no?
I do not.
All right. Fair
I've
enough.
already, in a sense, caroused in terms of permanent consequences.
Fair enough. Vashon's got nothing left to lose. He's only got a few days left, so he'll carouse again. Bella, can you roll another 223 for me?
Oh, my sweet boy.
Life go fast, life go hard.
His life went real fast. He's 136 or 106 years old now. No, 103 years old. He's only 33, despite how rough he looks. He's only 33. All right, maybe you could reverse it with the carousal effect. All right, so stack. I just read both to see if they interplay with each other. All right, 190. Oh, buddy. Okay. Wow. All right. So that'll be a thing, and then we're going to go back up to 12. All right. Oh, that checks out. Okay. All right. Let me grab some Gunworks music. All right. Music. Let's see. Is this? No, that's definitely too exciting. Too much. Where is it? We'll just go with this one. All right. So, serendipitously, you guys arrive at the Gunworks. I'll grab this rough general interpretation of the Gunworks. One thing to add to the Gunworks, if you've played Final Fantasy VII, you will know that there's a big-ass cannon in Final Fantasy VII called like the Mako cannon or something, and it's really big, and it fires like a gun that could go like across the ocean or whatever.
Oh, like a Junon?
Yeah, Junon. They had the Junon cannon. Yeah. So they have that. But at the end of the cannon, where the hole where the cannon, like the ammo would come out, is just the fucking head of a demon. And its open mouth is where the blast comes out of. It is the Maw of Rovagug. Okay, and it is some heavy, it's some heavy metal shit. All right. So, let's see. It is daytime, despite what you see on the map. And as you guys disembark, Captain Celine Gale says goodbye to her, to you guys, and says, "It was nice working with you. And if you ever need me or my crew, don't hesitate to ask. We might stay in port for a few days just to see what's going on."
I imagine we'll be doing business again. Once we settle this whole they want us dead business.
Okay.
Thanks for the ride, man.
So you disembark. All right.
Mhm.
And then you guys see the fancy Riverboat Casino. Burr, burr, and it's disembarking as well. Those of you with keen eyes, so I guess Walter. Yep. You see leaping off the back of the riverboat is Percival the Dwemer cat. And then, much to his displeasure, he splooshes into the filthy river and then swims to the shore. He's even more terrifying wet than he is normally. He looks around with his 4 eyes, and he doesn't see what he's looking for. And then he slinks off into the shadows of some nearby buildings. He's still on the B team.
Gotcha.
All right.
I
He's just
imagine
not
despite his art, when he's wet, he's like rail thin.
Oh yeah, you know those like scary pictures they post of like skinny hairy dogs that are wet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's real. It's gross. He has the build of like a not a 5e displacer beast, of the I'd say like the 4e displacer beast, so just emaciated. He's just got this super like bony skinny form that's hidden underneath all that shaggy fur. All right, Zenny, Sir Gideon Sharp doesn't want to let you go. Wants to know why must you leave?
All right, and I'll tell him. I'm gonna
tell
fill
him?
him in on why this regrettable secrecy was all necessary.
Oh my God!
I'll
You tell him
tell
you're a
him.
secret agent?
Yes.
And okay.
I'll tell him about everything.
Oh my God! Okay.
Like the whole Muglum Loveless plot, all of it.
Oh my God! His mind is blown. He's freaking out. He's
The
freaking
struggle, and about Geb, and about her brother.
Okay.
And it's funny because she probably ends up knowing more than the party about that. But
Okay.
and she should want him to keep out, stay out the way, stay safe. But that's why she has to leave.
Okay. I mean, he shows you his pistol, his actual pistol. He shows you his pistol and his rapier, his actual rapier, and he says like, "If you need my gun or my sword, I will fight beside you, my lady. I will do whatever I can to help you and the duchy." You know that he is probably, at best, a level 4 creature. And that the things that you get up to, he would probably die in 2 hits, maybe 3 tops. Yeah.
The only way to keep him safe would be a B team badge, but then that put him in a situation where he would honorably throw it aside to save me and then get
Yep. Oh yeah,
So
you see it all play out. You see it all play out. Okay.
He's not to be trusted with a B team badge. I'll say when the time comes, I'll call on you.
His eyes sparkle with love for both you and for Alkenstar.
But I won't call on him.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. He holds you close one last time. And he doesn't feel, well, I don't know. If you fed on him, I guess he'd feel a little bit of a heartbeat. But he says, "Good luck. We're all counting on you." And
I'll nod.
Yeah. All right.
Contemplate making a pun and decide to take battle of it.
Okay.
Let him leave.
Okay. Walter, you see Zenny with her sunglasses and her parasol exiting down the gangplank. She is alone.
Would I have seen this scene, or would it be
Oh no, it was probably in their cabin.
Okay.
I'm assuming.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
She'd probably step off the boat after having just a lovely 2 days and like look around and just like mutter, "Wait, where the fuck is everyone?"
All right.
After just forgetting about it for the whole trip.
Walter, do you guys engage?
Yeah, he would walk over.
Okay.
Seems he would have had a lovely
Alright.
time.
Oh hey! And how are you? See, even my accents come back after losing it for a week. You know?
Oh, you seem very cheery. Do you know what happened to Stack the Deck?
Stackler? No, I haven't seen him since we agreed to meet up at that. Oh, I guess I didn't make it, but I told Ketrin where I was going. But no, I haven't seen Stack. Did he make the meetup?
Katrin just scowls, hovering behind everyone.
I see you're doing as great as ever, Ketrin.
And it seems like what's important is we all got here. I assuming if Stack's on that boat. And has anyone seen Vashon?
Well,
As you say, has everyone seen Vashon? You hear someone say, "Oh, careful there, old timer. You don't want to take a bad spill here. Let me help you down the gangplank." And you hear a very old man, maybe the oldest human man you've ever seen in a really long time, go, "You know, feels like only a few days ago I would have been insulted if you tried to help me, but yeah, maybe that's for the best. My bones are feeling a bit hollow." And you see the oldest man you've seen in a very long time come down the gangplank, cosplaying as Vashon Gattleby. He's being assisted by a burly dude wearing like a little sailor outfit. And he says, "Well, listen, a man of your age, you've probably done and seen a lot of things, and I just want to thank you for your service to the duchy and for building such a great present for me to live in, and I hope that I can make a great future for everyone else, just like you done for me, sir. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed your time on the Gear Smoke. I don't know what business brings you here, but I hope everything goes well for you, sir." And Vashon says, "You're a good kid. Real good. Thank you."
He adapted to this so quick.
And he very slowly, with creaky bones, heads up. He looks around, his eyes still bright. He sees you guys as he starts very slowly walking towards you.
I think Walter probably sees him first, and then
Yeah.
has to do a double take and like, wait, what the fuck?
Bella's definitely struggling to process this. She's like just looking at him very confused.
That is an incredible disguise.
Oh yeah, disguise.
Is that like latex? All those wrinkles? Is this how you were staying undercover?
Yeah, sure. Well, it's good to see you again, Firecracker.
Sean, I was so worried we got separated. I heard you bought me a ticket for the boat. I'm honestly very touched. You did such a good job.
Well, everything happened so fast. Boat left, I couldn't find you. Stack told me
You sound
that
really tired.
everything would work out. Well, you know what they say. Being alive is tiresome work.
Ain't that the truth? Shit.
Well, it seems like we're all here except for Stack and that cat.
I saw the cat jump out into the water and make its way to shore, and I mean, Stack and it haven't been inseparable since they linked up together. So I imagine he's somewhere.
You think he's already off the boat?
If he was, he's probably disguised because I didn't see him. Maybe we just pick up Percival and then ask it if it has seen Stack.
All right.
I guess he'll go tracking down Percival.
Okay. With trembling fingers, he rolls another cigarette and lights it. He takes a deep intake of it, and for a second, it seems like he's not gonna exhale the smoke. Like maybe that was fucking it. But then his eyes open, and he breathes out the smoke. There's a slight rattle in his exhale. That's good. That's real good. Start to appreciate the simple things. Yeah.
Is he acting uncharacteristically enough where I might start to pick up?
Sure, yeah.
Bella's not a wise woman. She's intelligent.
Okay. Give me a perception, I guess.
Sense motive.
Okay. All right. You think that, man, when this guy commits, he commits. Like, he is so... Wow.
Well, we're still wanted.
You start to feel like maybe you need to up your game here. If he's like really going hard like this, it could be much more dangerous than you thought it was. Walter, that's not a disguise. This man's over 100 years old, which for a basic bitch human being, like he could die. The next time he takes a nap, that could be it.
He's really pushing the line on life expectancy right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's just gonna look back to Sid and Mother Ketrin and just be like, look after him. If he trips, that may be it. And he'll go looking for Percival.
All right. Ketrin says, all right, come along. Here, take my, just stay close. Move at your own pace. But Vashon says, I appreciate it. You know, I never really appreciated how much you were doing when you still had your body. You were really moving and shaking when you... I don't know how you did it. I feel like too much moving and shaking. I might just shake to pieces. She says, it's okay. Come on. Stu walks next to him and praising him, but says nothing. All right. Let me take you over to a top-down map of the Gunworks, so you can get a better sense of what you're dealing with. Oof. There's some loud sound effects. Oh, it's so cool. I'm gonna turn them down. So you guys are at the docks, and then you saw the cat go into like this alleyway over here. All right, so are you pursuing down the alleyway?
Yeah.
Okay. All of these buildings, these 4 buildings, are just like warehouses, like Port Authority, you know, that sort of thing.
Major buildings, but there's still like very smaller ones that are around it.
Correct. Yeah. So then, right, only the major buildings are marked on this map. Let's see. All right. As you turn the corner, you see Percival perched on a trash can, and they are watching a scene. The scene is Stack the Deck, passed out, drunk, or worse. Sort of a foamy lather around his muzzle and his mouth. His eyes closed. His clothing and equipment is in disarray. There is a group of children nearby that are poking him with sticks, trying to figure out if he's dead or not. They're actually arguing whether or not he is alive or dead. And one of them says, well, what if he is dead? Well, what do we do with him? And then the other one says, I don't know. I swear I've seen him before. I'm gonna roll a society check, see if I can recognize him. He gets ready to roll a society check.
I
Get
think
outta
that's
here,
one. I think
kids.
that's one of ours.
Okay, so right as the kid's about to see if he recognizes this criminal from this wanted terrorist, you guys come around the corner and the kids say, "Oh, hey, we don't want no trouble," and they all like scatter.
Oh boy.
Alright.
Is he
Come
alive,
on.
Zenny?
I'll go up and I'll give his body a kick and a medicine check to figure out what state he's in.
Okay.
Guess that's blind.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, yeah. This guy caroused too hard. Based on the symptoms, it seems like he took all the drugs and alcohol at once.
Straight to the head.
Prognosis.
He is going to be out for a bit longer. Though if you had something akin to like smelling salts or magical healing, you might be able to get him up sooner. Otherwise, you'll probably have to weekend at Bernie him for a while. Blood Eye Coffee. Yeah. If you were to use one of your syringes and shoot it up his nose, that would probably do the trick.
Oh, I copied his nose.
I'm afraid this cat.
All right, we don't have time for this. We're on a schedule. Get him up.
Okay, so you take out a syringe and you go, "Rrrr," and then just. Okay. Stack, you've experienced a lot of things in your life, but Blood Eye Coffee injected into your sinus cavities is a new one. It hurts real bad. Your eyes feel like they are going to fire out of your skull like two blunderbuss shots. But damn, you feel awake and alert.
Oh, that was a.
This is a trick Mom taught me.
What was that? I feel alive. I feel.
My mom calls it a quick start. Let's get going.
You learned that from your mama?
She's an unconventional lady that likes to get shit done. Now we gotta get going. Need I remind everyone what happens if we run out of time?
Definitely no.
All right,
Stack.
where are we going, Bella?
Yeah, so in order to get into the Gunworks, you will have to be processed at the gate. There's a massive wall around the city. There's that sweet-ass gun I was talking about. Bella, you rolled a really good check on it, so I'll give you a general thing. So this is the Port Authority and the docks. Then this is the Last Stop Saloon, which is where visitors will often board, and where everyone likes to gather to drink and gossip. This is a military base, so the majority of the people here are in the military or military contractors, and the families of those people. Though this really ain't a great place to have a family, life finds a way. So they do understand that people are going to have kids here and stuff like that. There is no school. It's sort of like community learning sort of thing for the kids that grow up here. Not a lot of kids. So they're a close-knit community of latchkey kids kind of running around, blowing shit up, causing trouble, but not too much trouble. There is the stockyard. There is the bunker. There is the manufactory. There is the Mav Rovagug. There is the Tower of Engineering, and then the Tower of Metallurgy. In this area right here is where they have the Artificer's Market. That is a place where you could buy, what was it? Alchemical goods up to four times higher than your level, something crazy like that. And magical goods up to your level. And then you've got the Garrison Tower, which is the headquarters, essentially. All right. So ideally, your first stop would be after you get past the gate, the saloon, right? To either secure a place to stay or figure out what the hell is going on around here.
We have to get past the gate first, and it sounds like this processing situation.
Well, there are different people that come to the Gunworks for different reasons. So, obviously, any authority figures from the city would come here on business. Merchants would come here on business. And adventurers will often use the Gunworks as a base of operations if they're exploring the Western Waste.
Do y'all think they believe that we're one of those?
Adventurers going to the Western Waste?
Uh-huh.
It's not bad. How are our disguises as we look ourselves over?
I mean, you guys tell me. Ketrin is a ghost. So, whatever Ketrin disguises herself, and she's terrible at deception.
I really wish we had explored the whole fitting Ketrin in a bottle thing.
Ketrin tells you guys that for now, she can kind of lay low.
Right. Well, I already got this power soul and whatnot, so I guess I'll get my old disguise out.
Okay.
That one.
Yeah, I guess we all put on mundane disguises and do our best. Unless we do have the hats of disguise still.
You do. Now you are in the mana waste, but the Gunworks itself is a relatively stable location. So it is treated like Smokeside back in Alkenstar. But outside the walled area is still considered the waste.
But you know, magical disguises come with their own risks, like getting touched. You know. So, I guess I'll go for a mundane disguise.
All right. What is your disguise going to be? We got Chilaxian Rich Girl.
Bella has a goth girl routine.
Okay. Okay. You have a disguise for that?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Ketrin's laying low. Stack. What disguise are you using? You may be muted. I don't know.
There's something about the internet.
Oh. Okay. All right. We'll assume Stack's going as Fluffy Orange Cat. All right. Okay. And your cover story is you are an adventuring party?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Should I roll my check now? Hidden, obviously.
No.
Disguising.
Yeah. That'll store the disguise check for when they check in on you guys.
Okay. Eyes. Stacks follow the expert. So it would be that.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna roll this one with a hero point.
Okay. So click the 2 keep highest, or I guess you can't do that, so you're just gonna roll twice. I'll keep the highest one for you. All right. Let's see. Do we? Good. All right. Bandana Mercenary. Okay.
And you said it was a. Sorry, let's check.
Deception.
Okay. There's nothing on his wanted poster. Oops, wrong one.
Okay. Alright. In that. Okay, and then we gotta do stacks real quick. I don't know if they reconnected or not. I can roll for them though. All right. Let's see. Blind GM roll and go. Okay. I see. All right. So, as you guys approach the gates, there are people coming and going. It's not a big deal. They're basically being stopped and asked what their business here in the Gunworks is. You know, declare themselves. Blah 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 blah. Vulture. You do notice that one group of people. It's just two guys, but they're the guys that look like they look a little shady. If I'm being honest, they're wearing black leather, and they have black cloaks. And they have black wide-brimmed hats, and they have shifty eyes. They do hand the mischievous guard what looks like a small something that she quickly tucks away.
And then, like the group ahead of us.
Yeah. As you're queued up to get inside, okay. And then all the questioning stops, and those guys get to enter.
Gonna make a note of that.
All right. It looks like, though, with the alternating pacing, you might end up with Silly Guard for your group instead. Do you want to try to end up with Mischievous Guard, or are you okay with ending up with Silly Guard?
Silly Guard.
Oh, okay. All right. So, as you guys are processed, Silly Guard says, hold up. All right. And now let me advance the clock. We didn't advance it last session, right? Because we're going to wait until we finish the time on the boat. So we'll go 1, 2, and it's morning time. There we go. And we'll say that after scrounging up Stack and each other, we'll say like 2 hours have gone by, so it's 8 a.m. All right. She says, all right, state your business. Who are you? Why are you here? Well,
question: would from Walter's gun running days, does he have a contact inside of the Gunworks they've probably met before?
Okay. I did ask for contacts at the beginning of the campaign. Let me check the bounty board. I don't know if anybody had anybody for the Gunworks.
Yeah,
I think Ketron might have had someone for the Gunworks. Yeah, I think all your guys are in. Let me see. I think Ketron had. Let's see. No, I don't think. I think maybe Sid would know someone here, for sure.
Yeah,
but it wouldn't. It wouldn't be anybody like super high up, or anything. It would, it'd probably be just like a guy who's willing to kind of like, look the other way, sort of thing. You do know that there are people like that, though. You kind of saw one in like that took like a bribe to let people in, sort of thing. So, yeah.
Don't worry, I got this. Okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. So, with the power of follow the expert on Stack, I'll approach with my obviously Cheli accent disguise. I need the right accent. And Zenny is the master of accents.
Oh, okay.
Yeah? These are my adventurers. I am from the glorious nation of the Cheliacs, of course. And we want to get some. We want to go into the wastes, the western wastes, of course, and we need certain firepower to achieve our goals.
Alright, I don't need your whole 42-page backstory. You're a Chilaxian noble with an adventuring party. Alright. What's the name of this adventuring party? What's your mercenary band? Gotta write it down in the records.
We are the Unscathed.
The Unscathed?
Yes.
Alright, that's pretty good. It's a bit braggy, don't you think?
Well, you see, and she starts saying backstory.
Oh, okay. Hey, I don't need all that. All right. What's your name then, ma'am, sir, or thing?
I am Abigail, a curse.
Abigail?
These others are my underlings.
No surname? You trying to run away from that noble heritage of yours? I can see it right through your disguise.
Please do not tell how soon about this.
Oh, she chuckles. Don't worry, you ain't the first princess that gone running off to be an adventurer. Alright. Who's this rough-looking orange fella? I mean, why is he trying to look orange even though he ain't orange? That's
I
real.
apologize.
Is he also disguised?
I apologize for him. He hates Mondays. However, it does not matter. Their names are not important.
He hates Mondays like in the papers.
I get through companions very quickly. They tend to perish, and then I find a new one in a tavern. Speaking of, I heard you have a saloon where perhaps I could find.
We do, yeah. It's a great saloon. We got billiards tables there.
Fantastic.
I like playing billiards.
Yes, one of our group, I do not remember their name, perished recently, and perhaps I can find a replacement there.
Give me a diplomacy to see if she can forget that why she was confused about Stack's terrible disguise.
Okay.
Okay.
Guessing this is open then.
Yeah.
It's alright.
Okay. She says, okay, alright. Well, what's wrong with this fella? He's got scars all over the place. Is he some kind of zombie trying to hide the fact that he's a zombie from everybody?
Yes, you see. And you have
is that you trying to be like a superhero? You scarf man?
Listen, they must hide their scars, otherwise the unscathed would become a laughing stock.
She smiles broadly and like kind of taps her forehead like, oh, I get it. Okay. Man, see, I told you that was kind of a rough name because now you got to live up to this unrealistic expectation.
Yeah, exactly.
That's rough, sister. That's rough. All right. And then what do we got here?
Small goth cowgirl.
Okay. All right. I dig it. Looks great. Okay, and then you got a little goth elf back there. So you're kind of going for a bit of an edgelord thing. It looks weird with this orange cat, though. It's just something's off about him.
You know how it is.
And his arm is glowing. Nah, none of my business. All right. As she says, and his arm is glowing. You see on the wall, like on a board, like behind her, you know, like a quest board or whatever, is your wanted posters. And you see in Stack's wanted poster, he's got his like glowing fucking arm, like, yeah,
prominently displayed.
Fucking wild magic, bitch. And she's just like, huh, where have I seen something like that before? And then mischievous guard says, come on, Ethel, hurry it up. We got a lot of people coming in from that goddamn casino boat. One I'll never be able to afford to go on. Get your asses inside. Go on. Go on.
But I have more backstory.
Alright. So you get inside.
Go to the saloon.
Alright. Let's head over to the saloon, of which we do have a map. Not that you're going to get into any trouble here. Alright.
Us? No.
Never. Now, I got a fair warning on this map. It was made a long time ago. And therefore, it has a lot of cool features that probably aren't going to work right. Please don't let it distract you from enjoying the game. Sometimes in Foundry, not everything works great. And that's okay. And that's okay. Alright, anyway, I just wanted to give that disclaimer. Alright, do I have some flavor text for this before I port you over there? I think I might. The last stop saloon. This large saloon is the last watering hole for adventurers headed from Alkenstar into the Western Ravage. The saloon is frequented by a wide variety of gunslingers, card sharks, and deadly mercenaries, in addition to off-duty military personnel and shield marshals. Due to the local presence, the Ravaged Raiders, many of whom are half-ogre or half-giant, roughly a third of the furniture and lodgings in the saloon are sized for large creatures. Oh, I forgot to mention, they have their own, I guess the government has made their own, like, suicide squad here called the Ravaged Raiders. It was established as an elite shield marshal force charged with scouting and obstructing the Slug War bandits roving the Western Ravage. Over the years, their membership grew to include many orcs, half-ogres, and mutants, whose unique ancestries make them particularly well-suited to infiltrating, gathering information, or sabotaging the fearsome Wasteland Raider gangs. Due to the extreme danger of the Ravaged Raiders' missions, only the most skilled shield marshals are promoted to the suspected unit. And the leader of the Ravaged Raiders, Bella would tell you, is Goltor Baird, a half-giant ranger with decades of experience. That dude sounds fucking cool as hell. Goltor Baird. Oh yeah, Skyhaven's gonna have as like one of them sub-race things that you can apply. I forget what they're called. It's not heritage, it's what's your sub-heritage called?
Like versatile, right?
Versatile heritage, something like that. Basically, there's going to be like a half-giant one where you could just be one size larger than you would normally be, and that's like your thing. It's your big. Anyways, let's see. The saloon gets the proprietor of the inn is a Etten. And so the two Ettons, who are brothers, of course, they run the place together. Let's see. The saloon gets rowdy during afternoon and evenings. There's a popular drinking game involving ordering a round of shots every time you hear a boom outside, which is often due to the constant testing of explosives and black powder in the gunworks. Yeah, nice. There's a massive skull hanging behind the bar. It is said to have been taken from a giant raider leader by a group of adventurers and donated to the saloon. During mana storms, the skull animates and sings Mongolian throat singing ballads.
Excellent.
All right. Wow. And pretty cool. All right. So now I'll take you over to the map. And let me grab some saloon music, I guess.
You're not going to get into a bar fight. Everyone
No carousing.
No carousing.
I hold on to Vashon's hand. No carousing.
When you hold his hand,
No
you
break.
could feel how cold it is, and how wrinkly and how devoid of muscle tissue. You can try another insight check if you'd like.
Oh my God.
Okay, yeah, he's actually over 100 years old. Something has gone wrong.
Vashon.
Yeah,
No time to analyze that, I guess.
it's nice to hold your hand, Firecracker.
Vashon, what happened to you on the boat? It's been 3 days.
Something magical happened.
Did Stack the Deck do this to you?
No, he's a good boy. He's just trying to run away from his past and his mistake.
How did you suddenly become wise?
He's the epitome of doubling down, and that thing were sunken cost fallacy.
Bella gets a hard off, like a distant look in her eye as she thinks about sunken cost fallacies, then shakes her head and comes back to it. I don't understand how this happened, but we will figure it out. We will fix this. We'll fix this.
You've always been the smartest woman I know. I'm sure if anybody could figure this out, it's you.
Just shakes her head. She's like, "We're gonna fix this. We're gonna fix this. Don't have time to think about this. We're gonna fix this."
All right. As you approach the door, you see a big-ass ogre standing by the door. and an adorable dog.
Oh. Like his armors.
I mean, he's on duty. He's a guard dog, so. All right. As you guys would approach the door, he kind of steps up and he says, "Hey, just what do you think you're doing here?"
Getting a drink.
Oh, yeah. And he backs up.
And I go through the door.
All right.
I'm a sweet baby angel. Imagine having beef with a sweet baby angel. It's shameful, really.
All right. As you head in, you see people are. You see the big skull, aforementioned. You see the aforementioned Etten, very handsome. Both of them. You see somebody over here playing piano and violin at the same time. It's incredible. Waitstaff bringing stuff to and from. It's pretty busy this early in the morning, but they ain't drinking alcohol. You could smell that delicious burnt coffee, that acrid smell in the air. It's coffee time. You see everyone's eating pastries, plates full of meat and sausages, eggs piled high. This is a protein-heavy, with potatoes and grits situation, but so much coffee. Coffee served all manner of ways. All right. As you approach, people just say, "Yep, ma'am," and they kind of get back to what they're doing. They have sort of a sleepy, I need more caffeine to get to get started kind of thing going on here. It is obvious that these people don't have shifts in the morning, or they would already be at them, because military base, 8 o'clock and change, they'd already be at work.
Oh boy, something's really happening with this map now.
What happened to you?
I don't know.
You
I
weren't
step
joking.
forward and then I'm just teleporting all over the place.
Oh no
On the bottom of the map.
No. This down here, this is what you would see from the top of the map looking down.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So your actual minis should be up here. Like, you should be selecting and moving these minis. This is before layers existed. So like, you go to the second floor and you could look down and see the first floor. Yeah. Dang, somebody got the consumption. Yeesh.
Someone's got that long.
Yeah. They ain't long for this world. That's what Vashon's now.
Vashon.
Yeah. That's Vashon trying to sit down at this table.
Yeah.
Oh, they got little combies over there.
All right. As you approach, this woman right here says, "That table's all yours. I'm late for a shift. You know how metallurgy is.
Thank you.
The most important thing we do here." And you hear a bunch of people say, "Yeah," and then you hear a bunch of people say, "Boo!" And then
There's
somebody
beef between
says,
towers.
"Engineering's where it's at, and if you say otherwise," and the Shuni looks left and looks right, "You're a doo-doo head." And then everybody goes, "Oh!" And then the two of them step up like they're gonna roll into initiative, but then from behind the bar, you hear a grunt, and the two of them step back from each other. And she says, "Don't think I'm gonna forget you called me a doo-doo head in front of all these people." She heads out. The Shuni, once she's out of sight, like all small dogs, is terrified at the courage they just showed. Shakily, he sits back down and guzzles down the rest of his coffee. And the other 14 scones that he had ordered, because Shuni don't have good self-control when it comes to food. So, I live with 2 Shunis, I know.
Expert.
All right.
Expertise.
Yeah. I'm legendary on Shuni lore. Adopted ancestry. I also struggle with too many scones. All right. Let's see. All right, what do you guys do? You have a table? I guess a waitress would come up, or a waiter come up and try to help you. This guy says, Well, you new in town. What can I do for you?
Yes, I'll have all the breakfast foods.
Aw, ma'am, you want one of everything on the menu?
Just start bringing it out. I'll tell you when to stop.
All right, I like the way that sounds. All right, and he heads back to the kitchen. All right. He shouts in the door. He says, "We got a Swanson situation." And the guy says, "Son of a bitch." All right. Okay. All right. They start bringing out the food. Just platters full of fat-ass sausages. Bacon tower. They got tater tots. They got breakfast potatoes. They got a breakfast casserole. They got scrambled eggs. They've got a fried cheese. Just a basket full of cubes of cheese that are breaded and fried. They just keep bringing it out. There's no sign of fruits and vegetables here, even in the casserole. Well, I guess a potato's a vegetable, but other than that,
He throws them like a pouch of gold and just goes to town.
all right.
So what are we doing? She says with full cheeks.
Well, first you gotta sit yourself at this table. Thank you.
I couldn't move my character.
That's fair. So, I don't know if he's gonna be here or not, but my brother passes may be in town. That's kind of what we have to find out, right?
Yeah, do you think those guys that came in ahead of us, had anything to do with it? They had that heavy goth vibe.
They were looking a little spooky.
You see one of them right there. It turns out it's a lady. But that's the general ensemble they were wearing.
Yeah, Zenny, does that look like Geb attire?
I'll take a look at him.
It's certainly Geb inspired. You know, during the historical event known as the Bloodlords, it certainly was in fashion. But whether that's specifically Geb or not, it's more likely to be Geb than anything else, or just somebody trying to look tough.
Well, we'll have to find out if they're here, and if they are, well, we can't let him take the power night. So we're gonna have to deal with him one way or another before that situation goes down.
The waiter, who's one of the best waiters in the world, he does the silent refill. If you're familiar with the silent refill, then you live your life right, and you expect excellence in everything. As he's performing a silent refill, the waiter says, "Oh, Pyronite, yeah, you must be from the government. We've been having a lot of government visitors lately. What with that Lovelace came by, then her entourage, and then we got Gentleman Viewslog staying with us right now. Oh, I'm sorry. I've just been trying to solve a little bit of a mystery in my own mind there. Looks like everyone's good.
Maybe we can conjure over with you. What mystery is that you are wondering about?
He looks around. He's got a lot of tables to take care of this morning. He's got a lot to do. I'm gonna need diplomacy.
Yeah, all right. I drink Silver Tongue elixir in my coffee. Give me 1 second.
You're like, one moment, sir. Doctor your coffee. Drink.
So it says +2 to it.
Okay. All right. He says, well, all right, I can stick around just a few minutes. Yeah, so now I'm just a humble waiter just trying to make his living in a wild and woolly world. But for something that's so top secret and dangerous, I feel like there's been a lot of talk about it here at the base. I would dare say a comfortable amount of talk about it, if you know what I mean. I wager to say that they might be trying to make it themselves over in that Tower of Metallurgy.
Interesting. And
that's why I'm thinking that visit from Lovelace was the government sending some people out here to check and make sure that we weren't up to no good. Not that we'd ever be up to no good, but then again, it is the government, so maybe the government's up to no good. See, that's where I was getting a bit hung up on it. And I'm just a simple waiter. I don't have a complicated backstory or a past that I'm running away from. I wanted to work out here in the middle of nowhere at this saloon where nobody asked me any questions about my life, and I could just get away from it all and try to forget. So, I really should just let it go.
I'm gonna roll
sir,
sense
I'd like
mode.
to.
All right, you can roll sense mode.
That was a little too much to be.
Gets to the point.
You imagine that anybody taking a job out here would either be desperate or just want to get as far away from Alkenstar as possible without leaving the quote-unquote safety of the duchy. Which means that this guy is probably an expatriate of Geb or Nex, and he doesn't feel safe leaving Alkenstar, but he certainly doesn't want to be in any of the big cities.
Well, sir, I'd like to assure you, you can still trust in the government of Alkenstar. You know, there might be some independent...
You can't trust the government for nothing! They took my dreams from me. They're always...
Oh, Vashon.
Calm down, Grandpa. Okay. You're gonna catch yourself.
Oh, yeah. I need more coffee. Is what I need. You guys can see his heart beating against his bony chest as he downs his 5th espresso.
Maybe you get him some decaf if you have it, sir.
The waiter nods. He says, "I'm sorry. I'm gonna get back to work."
Wait,
I
think Stack would say something about Vusalog. He's like, "Oh, you know, my friend Vusalog. Where is he?"
Oh, okay.
Stack's
the waiter
not here to speak for himself.
Yeah.
The waiter would say, "Well, gentleman, Vusalog, he and his posse, they headed out on, I believe he called it a safari. They were going out into the Western Ravage to hunt some big game," he said. Unusual. I thought a man like him with a mercenary company would be too busy for that sort of thing. But apparently everybody needs to take a vacation once in a while. Like Lovelace, for example. That woman, she's apparently never taken a vacation in over 100 years, and now she's on vacation. She was just a few days ago.
And she left already?
She did. Well, she took a full tour of the entire place. She went to every building, shook hands with every leader, had dinner with Aiton, and then she seemed to think everything was in order. She thanked everybody for their service, and she left.
And last question, has there been any particular new projects with the Mauve Robogug lately? Has there been any special attention on it?
I don't know nothing about that, but I know it is our pride and joy, and that they did start maintenance early this year, and I'm wondering if it has to do with them rumors in the paper about kaiju season starting early this year.
They are getting restless.
Always better to err on the side of caution. I'll come back with that decaf.
What a professional. Alright, so we need to go to the Tower of Metallurgist and see what they're doing about Pyronite. And we need to avoid Gentleman Vusalog, most likely, because if he sees us here, that will probably raise some questions.
Well, he saw
Unless
us
we
at
want
the party in disguises, but hopefully he didn't see through those.
Yeah. He might have information about where Lovelace went.
Yeah, I'm curious how often she comes here and does a tour of the Gunworks like that. It seems.
Sounds like it was incredibly rare. It sounded like she did it on her first vacation in 100 years.
Not exactly a vacation spot.
Well, I mean, she is a renowned gunfighter in addition to being a police officer. So I mean, going to see the biggest gun in the world, I mean, that kind of feels like something somebody who likes guns would do on a vacation.
Yeah. I feel like that's something they can also do as part of their work.
And I don't think there's any coincidence that she came here and that.
Oh, for sure. I just throw it out. Like that. It's for the average Joe, right? It doesn't
Yeah.
seem that unusual.
No,
Yeah.
no. But
Yeah.
since the moment I conceived of Pyronite as a thing, the thought obviously occurred to me that if a payload could be made for the Maw of Uvagug, it could deal devastation on a scale untold. So we might want to look into the potential of that happening.
So you do know that the Maw fires massive hollow cannonballs that are most commonly filled with explosive compounds. Yeah.
So
And when I say massive, these cannonballs are 20 feet across.
and so it said 100 miles. What does that mean on the map? Like,
Oh, like the map of the region?
yeah, what's 100 miles relative?
Hold on. I got a map here.
Like when you're out in a desert, then it stops being that far.
Yeah.
Like, would it be from here to Alkenstar?
Can we reach the next Geb borders? Like,
Well, it's a very
Yeah.
flat country, so the borders aren't far away on either side. It's long and thin, right? It's a strip.
Yeah. I'm trying to get the measurement here. Hold on. All right, a straight shot from the Gunworks. Let's see. Measure distance from the Gunworks to Alkenstar is only 69 miles in a straight shot. Yeah.
Get Alkenstar from here easily.
yep. Don't love that. And I would venture to guess that the borders of Geb and Nex are much farther away than that. So
No, they're much closer.
I can't see them.
Well,
so
I guess. Well, depending
Yeah,
on
yeah,
which
hold on.
border.
I've got the interactive map here. Hold on. Measure distance from Gunworks to Alkenstar is 67 miles. All right. And then from the Gunworks
I guess it's a pretty
to-
narrow strip.
Yeah.
to the nearest next outpost, which is Salter Mill, it's only 35 miles.
Oh.
There's a reason that everybody leaves these guys alone. And then the closest Geb output is actually quite far. Yeah. Oh yeah, the closest Geb outpost is Paghead, which is like over 100 miles away.
But if there is conflict with either of those two nations at the border, the Maw could hit the border pretty easily.
Yeah, I'll post this. They have basically the Pathfinder kids built like a Google Maps for the world of Galarian.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, D&D kids get their credit due. There is a similar thing that's very nice for the Sword Coast, but I think it's only the Sword Coast, not like the entire world of Tyrell, which is fair because it's a Jupiter-sized planet that hasn't been fully explored. Yeah. So to give you an idea, from the Gunworks, Salter Mill outpost is 34 miles. So yeah, technically, if they turn the gun around, the gun is aimed to the west. But if they turned the gun around, they could shoot Alkenstar if they wanted to, which many people have pointed out is not a great scenario. Not a great scenario. Allegedly, the ability to spin all the way around and face the east is it involves like keys and like unlocking mechanisms and stuff like that. It's not like a instantly spin it around.
It's like the president needs two keys. They both have to be turned synchronously.
Kind of. Yeah.
In the event
That said, yeah. Exactly, because initially they were like, well, we just won't let it ever aim at the city, and they're like, well, what if we need to shoot something that's by the city? So, yeah. I mean, that's the double-edged sword, though, of building a weapon of mass destruction, am I right?
And storing it within your country, yeah.
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 Okay. So the question here is, do you want to spend a couple hours gathering information so that you could like ask questions and learn stuff from more than just your waiter? Or do you feel that you have armed yourselves with enough knowledge with Bella's very good lore check and the info you got from Chatty Waiter?
I would like to gather information.
Okay. Anybody opposed to spending the next 2 hours gathering some information? Oh, all right. So go ahead and give me blind diplomacy checks, unless you have a skill that lets you roll something else. But the adventure knew you would do this because they're pretty smart about this stuff. So they actually have provided other skills that people in the Gunworks would react well to besides diplomacy. Let me see what those skills are.
And make a recall knowledge that's like mercantile or underground.
Hold on. I think it's neat that the adventurer actually thinks of this stuff because
they have a list.
Yeah, there's other adventures I've run for other systems where they kind of just are like, figure it out,
It
bro.
sounded like there's a vague list DM can choose, you know.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Things that people like in here. Okay. It's diplomacy, intimidation. Intimidation is actually easier than diplomacy because this is like salty spittoon vibes from SpongeBob. They want to know how tough you are, kind of deal. So it's intimidation to show how tough you are. Or military lore, or firearms lore.
Hey, Vulture.
Which Vulture, the other game, the other gunslinger, he was so devastated when he got here and found out that firearms lore was a lore he could have taken. So.
Oh, really?
he didn't have it, and he was mad. He was mad like, I should get it anyways because I'm a gunslinger. And then I remembered at the very beginning of the campaign where Belladora's like, what do you mean I don't know how to know anything about the things that I do? And then we had to point out that there's no druids in the 5th edition D&D that actually have training in the nature skill because they only get 2 skills. So there's no druids that actually know anything about nature.
Well, they kind of
anyway
revised that.
I was
in
outraged.
2024
Oh,
stuff,
they did revise that with the new one? Okay, that's good.
Yeah, it's kind of a similar situation for the clerics as well. It's like, it's a religion's an intelligence skill, but I think they gave them something where it's like now they can apply their wisdom modifier to
that's cool.
Arcana or religion checks.
I do think a free lore skill related to your class wouldn't be game breaking if you were to do like a house rule for Pathfinder. I feel like that wouldn't be the end of the world. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
All right. So, anyways,
yes, I would like to use firearm lore.
All right. So, give me blind checks with military lore, firearms lore, intimidate, which has the lowest DC, or diplomacy, which has the highest DC.
I'm
subbing for diplomacy.
Okay.
Or
if you have a feat that allows you to do the thing. Okay.
And I spent a hero point.
Very nice.
Spending a hero point for firearm lore.
Okay, you're subbing society for diplomacy?
Correct.
Okay. Alright, firearms, okay. And you guys want me to roll for stack?
Yes.
Did we lose stack altogether? Damn.
He said he was resetting his internet, but that was a little wild.
Damn.
He
Hope
said
he's
that
okay.
it's not coming back, that the neighbors is out too.
Alright. Well, hopefully you guys don't get into too big of a scrape today. So. Alright.
We're in a bar. We're having a good time.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
I'm eating breakfast foods.
Alright.
You're sharing that, right?
We're intimidating people in a bar. Why would a fight happen?
It would happen on a critical failure to intimidate, though. Alright. But
what about my mama?
that isn't the case. You guys all do phenomenal. You are the life of the party for the breakfast brunch crowd. All right, Bella, you may ask any one question about things happening at the Gunworks.
Any spooky goth guys that look like that would match? What's his face? What's your brother's name?
Arsus.
Barsus.
No one has seen anyone matching that description. There have been people wearing black leather, which everyone always takes note of that because there's certainly a dedication to style there, given that it's so freaking hot. And if you're still willing to do that, good on you. but it's a person with a very obvious endowment downstairs and a gas mask, a stylized gas mask kind of thing. They haven't seen anybody like that.
So Zenny, is that a cod piece or is he actually, you know?
You can't ask someone's sister that. Oh my god. Zenny, you may ask. Zenny, you may ask any one question. Please don't have it be about your brother's package.
Maybe I'd go for that whole necromancy angle. Like, has there been any like bodies disappearing or interest in necromantic stuff? You know, that kind of thing.
Wow. You do learn that they were developing a type of ammunition that, when fired from the Maw of Robogug, after it hit and exploded, the explosion would deal void damage, and then it would release an army of undead from, well, not an army, but a troop of undead warriors from inside the cannonball. However, they discontinued the research on that because it turns out that a lot of the kaijus just wouldn't care because the undead would be too small to make any kind of difference. However, they have been working on miniaturizing it using the same very esoteric alchemical techniques to make bottled octopus and bottled rock. They have been working on bottled undead. Though it's looked down upon because in Galarian, necromancy is not in and of itself super evil, but the process of animating the dead is almost always evil. And that's not necromancy's fault. That's the powers that be in Galarian. They're evil people are just really into tormenting souls and stuff. It's very hard to find ethical undead. Essentially. So yeah, there's rumors that that project is still undergoing on a smaller scale, so like, bottled undead kind of thing, but they haven't really heard too much about it. As far as people disappearing and stuff like that, I mean, it's a military base. Everyone, kind of does what they do. Adventurers come and go. Sometimes they go out into the Western Ravage and they never return. That's just the nature of the game. All right. Walter, you may ask one question.
So we know that there have been shipments of bulk API being sent here to essentially for the production of Power Knight. Is there someone who has been in charge of receiving that material?
Yeah. So all of that would be processed with. Let me see. Where are they? Della Sangre, the boss of the Tower of Metallurgy. Yeah, so any sort of like chemicals and compounds coming in would go there first. The only thing that would go to engineering would be like finished parts, but any sort of raw material would always go to metallurgy first. Okay. And then you learn about a little bit about Della Sangre. Della Sangre is very proud of the work that she does. She is smart, quick, talented. She is of half-elven descent, which I can't remember what we're supposed to call them now in revised. But very proud to live and serve the Alkenstar Duchy. Heated rivals with the leader of the engineering tower, a gnome named Erdrick Marth. Okay. Stack may ask any 2 questions. So what do you want him to ask?
Did Loveless say she was going anywhere?
Oh, that's good. After her tour of the Gunworks, she took a privately chartered boat and headed east in the direction of Martel and Alkenstar. She did not say what she had planned to do with the rest of her vacation, or if she was going to stay in the region or head somewhere else.
It was said that she came with her entourage. Are those people identifiable?
Yeah. That's is that the second question you want to ask?
Can it be an add-on to the first one?
No.
Damn. All right. What do you guys think? Know who else was traveling, or you guys have another question?
What
You've
are all
asked
the
us.
ends?
I can give you the name of the ship she was on, though. That she
I want
took,
that.
No?
Okay.
Okay.
The Shadow's Return.
Okay.
It is a robust and sleek cargo ship designed for speed and discretion. It has a dark hull that makes it almost impossible to see at night. And it's rumored to have state-of-the-art navigational and stealth technologies built into it. Kind of a fancy-ass military ship to take on vacation.
Yeah.
People are curious. People are curious, like, how many decades does one have to work as a shield marshal captain to get that sort of clearance?
Well, we know.
We have
I can't remember what her name was. The rich lady was funding Loveless. With
Della Sangren or not Della
no,
Sangren,
back in
it's,
the Alkenstar, the one with the art gallery.
Okay. Yes, I'm trying to remember her name. Hold on.
There is one other kind of loose end.
Christia Tombend.
Tombend, that's what it was. We know that Tombend has been funding Loveless, and with enough funds and money for like a private army, more or less.
Yeah.
And now they also have a super high-tech stealth boat.
Yeah. Well, so she's funding Loveless, who's then in turn
Purchasing the help of the leadsmiths, I guess, or to some combination of that. And we also have Fuselage here. And I'm wondering what his other motivations are, maybe other than the hunt that he's on. Is he here overseeing Pyronite? Is he here on other business? Was he just meeting Loveless?
Yeah.
I think maybe they got something going on out in the wastes.
Could be more to his
So,
hunt.
so I guess the question would be, has anyone else heard any other information about Fuselage as he's been here?
Okay, yeah. So Vueslag is a very charismatic and well-respected individual. He's like one of those super successful people who kind of like always sort of drops on you that they had to overcome adversity to get where they are, and that if they could do it, anybody could do it, kind of deal. So everybody kind of repeats his success story of like, it's incredible that, this Cyclops, known for their poor vision, became one of the greatest gunslingers in the whole world, and so on and so forth. With the large population of ogres, half-giants, Cyclops, things like that are a part of this, like, special ops unit that operates out of here, he was greeted like a hero, like a celebrity. And it turns out that he also went on a tour of the facility, but he did not dine with Aiton or go into the main keep. But he did check out both towers, the gun, the barracks, that kind of thing. A lot of shaking hands, a lot of posing for photographs, signing armor and guns, that kind of thing. He was even giving out bullets to people, like commemorative Vueslag bullets. And Vuslag did have with him, I believe, 5 people, 5 other leadsmiths. And he did rent out, and is still renting out, almost all of the rooms upstairs. There's one room left for rent upstairs.
And obviously, we need that room.
Yeah.
All right, do you guys secure that room?
Yes. How much?
Okay. Let's see. Does not count room and board. And they tell you it's just a single bunk bed in a room. But it doesn't cover room and board, and there's a bathroom down the hall. It's actually the room next to the bathroom, so excuse the smell. But it only comes in at 1 gold a night.
I think we can manage that.
Yeah.
And then stabling fees for your mounts, if you have any, would be 2 silver a night.
That's where they get you.
We do have mounts.
It's still only like 2 gold a night.
Yeah, that's fine.
So do we spend a night here, go through, or try to go through their stuff to get clues, and then go to the Tower of Metallurgy at some point to figure out where they're at with Pyronite? Is that the plan? Anyone else?
When did they say that Vuslag and his group left? It was yesterday.
Oh, and early morning. You guys just missed them apparently. The audience would know that while you guys were finding Stack, Vuslag was like walking like a couple of streets over, like out towards the waste.
It's like one of those blinking you miss it cameos in the background.
Absolutely. Yeah. You rewind the tape and you zoom in and you see like this pixelated like thing in the background, and you realize that was
him and then his little group just walking in the back.
Yeah. As we get the room key, we just kind of nod to the guy. We're like, we just need a place to keep our things, you know? And we can go upstairs now while they're gone and try to poke through a bit.
Yeah, I guess we could do that.
No. Do you guys, due to the nature of this map, you just want me to teleport you around, or?
Yeah, probably.
Do you want to try to navigate it? I can just teleport you.
Is there a consensus that they would be back later in the day, like they're just going for a day trip, or is this like they're on a hunting weekend?
It sounded like they were going on safari, so
that could be 24 hours. Could be.
And they had supplies with them that did look like they were planning to maybe be out at least overnight.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if there's any time, I guess now.
All right.
Depends how busy it is upstairs, but it sounds like they rented out the whole floor.
Yeah.
Okay.
They might have left someone behind.
That's right. You can't teleport in Pathfinder system yet. Okay. Nice. Anyways, so you guys come up the stairs, you look down, and you see the rest of the party down there, just vibing. That's how it works.
Huh.
Yeah. Oh, and apparently the DM doesn't have a door here, so hold on a second. There should be a door at the end of this hallway here. Let's see. There we go. Door. Beautiful. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so you see a door here, and the sign on the door says, "Rooms for rent. Ask at the bar." Also, this time of day, now that it's like 10-something, it's sort of between breakfast and lunch, so there's really not a lot of people here, so the upstairs is relatively empty.
Okay.
Okay.
And this is like one of the rooms to stay at.
Well, this just says rooms for rent. It's a door. It says on the sign on the door, it says rooms for rent. Ask at the bar.
Okay.
And they directed us here?
Yeah, they said you go up the stairs and look for the door that says rooms for rent.
Okay.
This is like a wing of rooms.
Yeah.
I guess knock on the door.
I think
Yeah,
we can
there's-
go in, Vulture. We
There's
have
no.
the key.
Just
All
want to be
right.
sure.
So a long hallway, and then there are many doors on your left. You were told that yours is the last door on the left, right before the bathroom.
All right. Well, I'm gonna stop at each door and just kind of listen against it.
All right. Give him. Well, yeah. Here, throw up your exploration actions. There you go. All right. Beautiful. So, if you choose an action that involves a check, go ahead and roll the check with it. Thank you very much, Zenny. Okay.
This is really strange. Seek action. PM. Visual.
We're getting there. We're getting there. Okay. All right. Walter, you hear nothing behind the door, nor do you see anything unusual. Zenny, you see nothing behind the door, nor do you see anything unusual.
How about
How
I'll
about we just start
stay
knocking on the
here.
doors and just say room service?
Just
Oh, but Zenny, you do know that this door that you're right here leads outside.
alright. I'll just sort of like linger at the entrance here and like, keep an eye out.
Mm-mm.
Okay. I will test this door. It is locked.
It is locked.
All right. Thieves' tools.
Knock on the door.
Knock on it.
If there's someone in there and you thieves tools it, are we in any better of a situation?
I guess so. All right. You'll knock on the door.
Room service.
There is no answer.
All right, there you go.
All right. Then thieves' tools. Shit.
Housekeeping.
Oh, pick lock. Blind or public?
It'd be public, you know, if you pick the lock or not.
All right. First one.
Okay. Yeah. According to the adventure here, picking locks in the saloon. Let's see. How do they know you might try to do this? This is incredible. Okay.
Psychic.
That is a DC 25. So that's a regular success.
All right. Then here comes another one.
Okay.
Are there any signs on the doors that like indicate that one of them's a suite or?
No. All right. That's a second success. Everything seems good. Zenny, everything seems fine down over here. It's a good time of day to do this.
This game is it worse? Wow.
All right, you're struggling with that last one.
I'll re-roll that.
Just, you can just do the failure again. It doesn't have any consequence.
Yeah. You don't have to re-roll because you're not in combat.
Oh, okay. Well, the last time I was picking locks, ended up getting us caught with some shit. So
That's true. Okay. All right, so that succeeds. Zenny, somebody is heading your way.
see,
I'll just head to my room.
Oh,
Close
okay.
that door and head to my room.
All right.
I'm in.
All right, well, stop what we're doing.
All right. No one opens the door.
Leave this as I am.
Okay, yeah. The key opens your door, and you see a bunk bed. What looks like a little table. There's a stool tucked underneath the table, and then there's a chest.
oh, we're gonna get cozy in here.
To accommodate you and all of your B team, it's going to feel like you and your friends are trying to save money going to a convention. Mm.
Maybe I was mistaken.
About what?
Oh, about someone heading our way.
Oh.
I mean, probably
like
wait
there's
a couple of beats, see if anyone eventually comes through, and then head back to the door.
Mm. All right, Zanny, you can definitely understand why they apologize. That bathroom is rank. Like you can smell it through the wall.
Gross.
Oh.
Okay.
Glad I don't need to worry about any of that anymore. Probably, I don't know. I don't think vampires do that.
All right, I guess no one has come after a while. So that was 3 checks, so unlock.
All right. All right, you reveal a very nice suite. Looks like it's made to accommodate big boys. There's a big ass bunk bed in this room. Both beds look like they have been made with OCD military precision. I'm talking some tight tucks on those beds. The room looks pretty clean and orderly.
He's familiar with this back in his day. I guess he would still kind of go through and start searching to see if anyone had left any belongings here to identify who's
All
in
right.
this room.
And I will give him a +1 bonus. To
Oh.
Yeah, roll.
Okay. Yeah, he does need to roll. Give me a perception.
Here is. Was this a circumstance bonus they were giving me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, that was actually good,
from
because-
Clue In.
Yep.
All right, because I'm getting a +1 item bonus because of my goggles. So that and blind or public.
It'd be blind.
And
Oh yeah. I mean, you do that thing that they do on like TV detective shows where you like retrace the life and times of Buslog staying in this room. And you realize that whatever he's up to next, you don't think he's planning to come back to this room. Because he didn't leave anything behind. It is packed up, neat and trim, better than he found it. Which in and of itself is a bit telling.
yeah,
He's either incredibly paranoid about leaving anything in his room, or he doesn't intend to come back.
well, we were given information that they had supplies that would take them out for a while, so that would make sense. But from at least that, it's understandable that he was in this room at one point.
Correct.
All right. Yeah, he'll just kind of quickly convey that information to everyone and then step back outside, close the door.
I think we're done
Yeah.
here.
Lock it.
He will lock it. Do I have to
Right,
do another thievery check to set it?
I mean, technically, to relock it, just give me one check, and if it's a critical failure, we say that you jam up the lock. Essentially,
All right.
we'll just do one check to represent the whole thing. Any other result, it will just show that over the next couple minutes, you lock it, you relock it, no problem.
Okay, 25.
All right, yeah. So yeah, you close it and you lock it back up.
Same DC.
Is the intention to just move on to the others? Same deal.
Not going into that shit-reeking room again.
That's your room where you guys are staying.
Okay, I'll do that if they're gonna be this lookout.
Okay. As long as nobody comes along, you are certainly empowered to just take the time that you need to open the rest of them. I'm not going to try and nickel and dime you for
9 additional
replacement.
checks.
Well, yeah, and we're out of combat, so it should be fun. Okay. So you open in succession the other rooms, and you see that people were definitely staying in these other 2 rooms. And they're the same deal. They are packed up, ready to go.
He strikes me as the kind of guy that keeps people in his entourage to like follow his routines in a way.
Oh, for sure. Oops. Oh my god. Sorry about that.
It's got a spec house vibe.
All right. So then on the last door, though, when you peek inside, the entire room is filled with cages. The cages are empty, but they look like cages that would be used to hold chickens or birds or something, like tiny creatures, but a lot of tiny creatures and a lot of cages. If you guys want to drop a recall knowledge, you might learn more.
Yep.
I am going to add a +1
Investigation. Oh, item bonus. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I pop a
Yes.
cinnamon sear into my mouth.
Oh my
which-
goodness.
Yes, the recall knowledge, and there's attack law. If you subtract 2 for it, can apply to anything.
Nice. Okay. Esoteric lore can apply to anything if I subtract 2. Got it. Okay. In that case, Zenny, you recognize what's going on. Walter, you think you recognize what's going on. And Bella, you recognize... Well, you think you recognize what's going on. So, you're pretty sure that these cages, Zenny, are lined with cold iron. What's more is that the tops of the cages and the bottoms of the cages are etched with occultism runes of suppression. And you're pretty sure that these cages were used to transport many tiny fae and keep them essentially like too sick to use any of their magical abilities or really have the energy to escape. You also see that there is a great deal of poo-poo and pee-pee in and on the cages, and you think it's gremlin waste. With Zenny's more sure check, Walter, you know from smuggling days that while incredibly dangerous, people do smuggle magical creatures, and cages like this are a thing. They are a bit priced. You could probably take all the cages and try, clean them up and try to sell them, but you'd have to sell them like probably in a black market or something like that. Yeah.
But there's a heavy.
You don't think that there's enough cold iron here to make a big difference, but Bellanora, if you were to strip all of the cold iron off of all of the cages, it might be enough cold iron to make a cold iron weapon, or maybe even a cold iron armor or shield. But it would then ruin the cages.
Yeah, you lost me at a big pile of cages. That sounds like encumbrance.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, if they're not coming back here, make a note for that later, and maybe I can contact my smuggler person, see if they want to get cut in a deal.
Wait, hold on. Are we not going to acknowledge the terrifying elephant in the room that there's probably gremlins running all over this place about to?
Oh yeah, that's not lost on me.
Okay.
It's just a matter of where they are is the issue.
Now, Bella, with your you have legal lore? I'm trying to remember.
I have a lot of lores.
Let me see. You have mercantile. I guess mercantile.
Underworld.
Underworld, yeah. Okay, so you would have a general sense that the unauthorized transport, sale, and in this case, release ? Of gremlins inside the Alkenstar Duchy is a crime.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to break this to you, but Gentleman Vueslag may have done a crime.
Gasp.
Yeah. I know it's hard. The guy overcame adversity to become one of the greatest gunslingers in history. I can't believe that there would be a scandal to taint his reputation.
Never
Let's
meet
get
the
over to that
heroes.
tower. We need two things. We need to go see the tower metallurgy, and we need to find an adult.
All right, are you closing and locking up all the doors, including your bedroom that you're renting?
Yes.
Okay.
Need to find an adult.
Okay, you gotta find an adult. All right, downstairs, Zach, Grandpa Vashon, and Sid are just kind of sitting at the table staring at each other. And Sid finally says to Vashon, I am so sorry. And he says, it's not your fault. Why are you so sad? She says, well, it sounds a bit selfish, but I mean, I'm not sad for you because, well, you're kind of an asshole. But I am sad because I feel like you've been robbed of your life, a life that you were trying to, like, turn around. I'm sad for Bella because, I mean, I don't think you got much time left. And he says, you're right, I don't. And then she says, I'm sad because I realized that Walter is a human. And if we pursue whatever it is that's going on, it's going to be like no time at all for me before he's gone. And then I'll be alone again. And then Vashon says, oh, I don't think it's going to be like that. You got an adventurer's heart, girl. You might have thought you was just an adventurer hanging out. Or you might have thought that you weren't an adventurer, just running guns and living on the fringe, trying to find a place in the human world. I don't know what drove you from the lands of your people. It's none of my business. But I think now you know more than ever that you are a slave to adventure. You're going to be adventuring until you finally die in some horrible way. Because you won't be able to go back to no normal, simple life. And I think that Walter... I think wherever he's from, they built him that way. I think they made him the kind of man who can't settle down. And so the two of you got each other, and you got your adventures. And you don't really got no future anyways, so don't go stressing something that you never really had. Just hold on to the thing you do have and make the best of it. 'Cause you never know. You might go to bed with a beautiful and mysterious purple-haired woman and then wake up the next day 100 years old and full of regret. She says, I don't... damn. Okay. I thought magical aging just aged your body, but it seems like you're suddenly really wise and shit. It's confusing to me. And Stax says, right? That's weird. Alright. And then Stax says, maybe it's not just aging. Maybe he went to, like, the first world, and he lived a whole life there that he doesn't remember, but he kind of does, and that's why he's so wise. Vashon just gets a twinkle in his eyes, and then Stax says, is that what happened? You gonna tell us about it? And then Vashon says, I don't think I will. As he sips his 8th espresso. Alright, you guys meet back up. Only Stack knows about this heartfelt plot conversation.
Will he remember?
Yeah, will he feel that it's significant enough to tell anyone else? Unlikely. Alright, so I guess I'll take you back to the map of the Gunworks. Alright, so your goal is to go to the Tower of Metallurgy? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Alright.
And I guess
So
I
we'll say
can't
that-
relabel stuff. You said this one was the Tower of Engineering? That's next to the mall? And
Oh, my
the
bad.
one-
Did I get a mix?
No,
mixed
that was
up?
me.
No,
I was putting down
Yeah.
labels and I missed it.
Metallurgy is over here, and then engineering is over here. Engineering also includes this, all the area around it, and then there's this area outside, known as the Collapsed Tower. A decade ago, testing of a new explosive compound triggered a chain reaction that collapsed the entire wing of the Gunworks. Upon investigation, adventurers found a series of strange tunnels beneath the rubble, predating construction of the citadel. After several adventurers went missing, the garrison commander sealed the tunnel entrance with a heavy steel door and ordered all evacuation to cease. They consider this area cursed. That was the Tower of Explosions, by the way. The Tower of Explosions. So it was a fitting end. Yeah.
Wouldn't that be the best place to do super secret research?
I wish I could have seen it in its day.
Maybe
I mean,
you'll see it in this day, Bella.
It's rubble.
Right, but it's got tunnels underneath that have been sealed up. And Bella, wouldn't that be the best place to do it? Super secret research if you were an illegal necromancer.
That checks out. That checks out. But can we go see the super secret legal research that we know about?
Okay.
Alright. So, the Artificer's Market does not open until sunset, and it runs for a couple of hours in the evening, every day. So this area is just kind of open to the public. Alright, as you arrive, you see a woman leaving. She's still wearing her welding helmet, because, you know, it's the only art I have. And as she steps out into the bright sun, she looks around, and she sees you guys, and she says, oh, well, excuse me, I'm heading over to the saloon for lunch. Bye, and she starts heading past you.
Wait,
Does
what
it
were you
look like
giving?
she's locking up?
No, I mean, she's just, it's a big ass building. She's not the only person that works
But
there.
she's
I'm
the
just
person
saying.
we want. This is the
Correct.
person we
She
want
does
to talk
match the description that you heard. Yeah.
Okay, that was gonna be my question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pardon, do you have a moment?
Of a bright, beautiful, capable half-elven woman with caramel skin and amber eyes, who often forgets to take off her welding helmet. Yes, she met all those descriptions. Has a lab coat on. Has a name, a badge, an ID badge that says Della Sangre on it. There's a few clues that this could be Della Sangre.
Pardon me, miss.
Oh, she says, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm real hungry. I'm hoping to get myself a tuna fish sandwich.
Let's see what I have. I think I have something for this.
What about this?
You have a tuna fish sandwich on you?
No, I might have a charcuterie board. What did I
Is it
bring?
still
today?
good?
I made it this morning.
Oh, you made it this morning? Oh my
Oh,
god.
I
am
okay.
diplomacy.
Incredible. Okay.
So I whip out some meats and cheeses.
Okay. She says, alright, that's weird. Did somebody order food?
You did. Let's have a chat.
I certainly did not order any food to be delivered. I like the atmosphere of the saloon. I wanted to go and have a soda and a sandwich, watch people play billiards. It's been a very stressful day.
Meshon! Meshon comes over and gives me an infusion point. I can make soda.
Okay. Alright. He says, yeah, what do you need, firecracker?
I reach into his coat and I pull out a soda.
Don't try to get fresh with me now. It's indecent. Alright, this lady says, alright, what do you need? Are you adventurers? Why are you doing over here? What's going on? Wait, are you adventurers?
Yes.
Oh! Oh my gosh, thank the gods. Okay, well. I need your help. This works out really well. So, my name is Della Sangre. I'm in charge of the metallurgy tower. And I am dealing with some real bullshit right now that Aiton refuses to help out with or even acknowledge. And he told me I had to take care of it myself. And you know what? We got money in petty funds. So, why not? Why don't we... You know what? That's a great idea. We don't need to lose any more men. All right. So, I got a little situation in one of the basement crucibles. there's an infestation of gremlins we're dealing with. I am confident that they were released there as a cruel and dangerous practical joke by my hated rival, Marth. Now, I went to Aiton and I told him I needed that cleaned up. He said it's classified in the rules as vermin and therefore not covered under main garrison tower expenditures, that I had to take care of it myself from my own funds. Now, I did try to send a couple people down there. It didn't turn out so well. Nobody died, but there was a wild surge complication, and now one of my men is, well, I don't know. He's got eyes all over his neck. It's a situation. I'm sure once he gets out of the medical bay, he'll come to learn that it's a blessing, right? She looks like she's gonna throw up just thinking about it. She says, anyways,
see at the back of his head.
Yeah, so it's strange to me because our basement facility is it's under a suppression effect, so wild magic's relatively rare down there. Because of the nature of our work, we do have to use magic, so we want to make sure that the risks are minimized. But gremlins, by their very nature, they have a way of making, making things worse. They're currently locked up in a particular crucible, and I have it under guard and lock and key. But I've been hearing, reports that whatever's going on the other side of the door, it is violent and dangerous. So, anyways, it sounds like something adventurers would do. Is there any way I could hire you folks to take care of that for me?
But of course.
Yeah, we could handle it for you in exchange for information, perhaps.
Information is all you want? Alright,
If you
sure.
will take pay as well, as long as the pay is fair, then the unscathed stand at your disposal.
Oh my, that accent, are you Chilaxian?
But of course.
She sours a bit, because no one likes Chilaxian.
They really don't. But I fled after,
you're one of those nobles that fled, blah, blah, blah. Alright, I got you.
My family has...
your backstory.
One day we will return and overthrow the devil worshippers.
Sure. So, yeah, all I can say that it is at least a blessing that we didn't have this gremlin infestation while we had 2 Alkenstar VIPs touring the facility, because that would have been embarrassing. Yeah, we had Loveless herself. I don't even need to explain that one. She apparently chose to come visit the Gunworks. It's the first place on the first vacation she's taken in over a century. Well, I gave her a tour. She asked all sorts of interesting questions, and I showed her around. Nothing was a secret to her. We showed her everything that was going on. And then, just yesterday, Gentleman Viewslag, she blushes real hard when she says that because he's so handsome and charismatic and cool. She says, Gentleman Viewslag was here with some of his higher-up leadsmiths, and they wanted to have a tour, and who am I to say no? And so I showed him around. It was quite a nice time.
Oh,
but
darn.
yeah,
We just missed Viewslag. We heard he went out into the manoways earlier this morning.
I hope he's safe. It's dangerous out in the Western Ravage. But
did he tell you what he was doing out there?
A man as strong and capable as him, he did overcome a tremendous amount of adversity to become such a huge success.
Depth perception?
That and, Cyclops, they're, as a people, they don't really have a good foothold in politics and money. He built that empire of his from the ground up.
I'm honestly surprised no one has asked him to make a play about his story.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good. I'd watch it for sure. So where were we? No, but he had a tour in the morning. and then I got reports of the gremlins in the evening. So it's only been happening since yesterday afternoon, evening time. But as soon as I heard about gremlins, I went right to Loy Aiton and I demanded that he take care of it. And then he gave me the runaround. I swear to God that man would refuse to save his own mother's life if doing so went against the rules. It is abnormal. It ain't right. Ugh.
Well,
Anyways.
at least you can trust adventurers to help you clean this up.
Here's my theory about what happened. While I was distracted, giving Vuslag a tour and my full attention, Moth probably had some of his boys sneak in, probably disguised as janitors. That's how they always get you. And then they probably just let a bunch of gremlins loose. I don't know why they thought that was funny. People could die. It's not a joke.
Right. Well, let's go clean this up, and then we'll talk afterwards.
Sure. So for your troubles, I'm willing to pay, how's 150 gold sound?
Oh.
Is that total or?
Well, yeah, for the job. I mean, it's just gremlins for adventurers like you. I'm assuming if you came all the way out to the Western Ravage, I'm assuming that gremlins is just kind of a walk-in, walk-out situation.
Yeah. I mean, that, and you'll indulge one line of questioning afterwards.
I mean, if it's not too personal or won't get me in trouble with my supervisors, I'm sure I could answer questions that you might have. Now, if you can keep property damage to a minimum, that'd be appreciated, and there could be a bonus in it for you.
Okay, that's why I was asking, because I was hoping that we don't encounter anything that's delicate that we have to be aware of. Yeah.
Now, the Crucible is pretty sturdy. Everything's, steel and iron, but we do deal with experimental and dangerous chemical compounds down there. There were 2 massive batches of chemicals being mixed up, as well as a number of smaller experimental pots that are stewing still. I'm worried about them, honestly, because if they go cooking too long, we might lose the batch.
Fair point.
Anything particular you're working on right now?
Well, nothing I'm supposed to talk about.
Right.
Well, maybe if we do a good job, we can.
Let's save the answer and the questions for after you take care of those gremlins.
You got it. Let's get to it.
Now, to make sure you actually did a good job, I'll be coming down to tour the Crucible personally to make sure everything is on the up and up.
Just stay behind us and make sure you don't.
Whoa! I'm not coming with you. I'm gonna go have my tuna fish sandwich.
We'll come get you when we're done. How about that?
All right, sounds like a plan. She goes up to the guard at the door, explains the situation. The guard nods, and they will take you to the Crucible.
Bella looks affronted that she would not eat the meat she pulled out of her jacket.
Jacket meat.
Where did that come from, Bella?
It's a refrigerated pouch, okay? It's fine.
Is it? It's a refrigerated pouch? Oh, damn. All right.
I mean, I'm making that up, but
Oh, then it's not great. I mean, it's more like a pantry, right? So if it's heavily salted meats and cheeses, they should be fine. Yeah. It's certainly climate controlled, but it's not like a bag of colding. You know what I'm saying?
no, it's
But
more like
yeah.
It's salted meats rolled up in parchment sheet, kind of.
Yeah,
And
and it's in like a potato cellar. You know, like it's a nice. Yeah, okay, I got you. Okay. All right, the proud guard says, I'm proud to work here at the Metallurgy, the best tower, and I'm proud that my boss hired some great adventures, so I'll take you downstairs.
Right.
All right. Okay. Now, on the way down, she says, now, you don't have any hazmat suits or anything that could keep you safe, do you? Because some of this stuff can be real dangerous if it gets on your skin. Or...
Are we supposed to?
I'm real familiar with alchemical components. I think I'll be fine.
Oh, all right.
Do you have additional hazmat suits for us then?
Well, I suppose I could go get them for you if you want. All right, let's take a stop. She gets you guys hazmat suits. All right. So as long as you're wearing these hazmat suits, you will get a +1 item bonus to anything related to splashing.
Flashing.
Yeah,
Like
you know, like splash damage, you know, stuff like that.
Is it like a resistance towards splash damage?
Yeah, splashing
Okay.
and lingering. +1 item bonus versus splashing and lingering.
Gotcha.
All right. But you do look like the dudes from Monsters Inc. You know what I'm saying? Like you got, yeah. I don't know if I would make this a normal part of your adventuring attire, but
Not bad disguise.
it's definitely not. Well, you know, it draws a lot of attention, so I'd say it probably is a bad disguise.
Okay.
It's a good disguise in the right situation.
Right.
All right. So I'll take you guys down there to the Crucible. Hall of Crucibles.
It's always important to have your PPE.
Yeah, I appreciate that they seem to be following OSHA guidelines here.
Oh, this Aiden wouldn't have it any other way. Aiden wouldn't have it any other way. So.
Cleric of OSHA.
I'm sure there is a god that covers OSHA stuff in this setting. I'm pretty sure. All right, and then we gotta get your B team down here. I'm gonna be honest. It's hard to get Percival around in this town. I don't know what. So what are you disguising them as, like a dog or something, like a weird dog?
I mean, we're gonna have to.
Can we just
Okay.
cram him in the hazmat suit with Stack?
All right. And does B Team Ketrin at this point catch up with you guys? I'm assuming probably.
I would think so.
All right. And then B
Session
Team
winding to a
Stack.
close. I think she has to.
Yeah. All right. I don't know if I have a B Team Stack made yet. Oh, I do. Here we go. B Team Stack the deck. All right. Oh my God. All right. Let's see. Who else are you guys bringing with you? Yeah, I guess you're bringing everybody, right? You wouldn't leave anybody behind.
Yep. Where's my old boy?
Okay. Let's see.
Have you turned the dust yet?
It's getting there. He's getting awful close.
Get the use out of him while we
All right. Let's see. All right, and then your robot. We have your
Stairs
robot
weren't
too.
built for the elderly in mind. It's like, Grandpa, we don't have people as long as you going down in here.
All right, this hallway's pretty dark. I'll throw a light in the hallway. Hold on. There we go. Alright, I'll bring you guys over. And oh, I guess we gotta stop this saloon music. That's done. Alright. Let's see. What's good music for this? Let me see if I got any already planned. Man, these are all combat musics. I need non-combat music. Let's see. Nah, we'll just go with
The Wi-Fi has returned, but I'm assuming you guys are almost done.
I mean, we got 15 minutes left.
Did I do anything? Did I do?
You did great. You did great. All right, so Hall of Crucibles.
I guess we were
Act out.
asking what you were going to do with Percival, because he's a bit noticeable normally.
Yeah, do you just disguise him as a dog or something?
Oh yeah. He's a dog.
Okay. So just mark off the money for a disguise kit, I guess, and then give yourself a disguise kit. You do find Stack as you're going through your stuff looking for the disguise kit you totally already had for Percival on the Dwemer Cat, that you are missing a few things from your person. Most importantly, you are missing the blank checkbook from that guy.
Oh, wait.
You don't know at what point during your carousal last night you may have bandied it about or lost it, but it is not on your person anymore.
Easy come, easy go.
Yeah. All right. The guard approaches. It's unlocks the door for you, backs up in a hurry, and they say, "I don't want no trouble from no gremlins. I'll be waiting at the very end of this very long hallway."
Let's go in. Ooh, this place is
All right.
cool. I'll shout back to the.
As you open it, you see this really kind of badass industrial, like hall almost. The ceiling itself is 80 feet high. You can see two massive crucibles, which are basically just cauldrons that are on like platforms that can be like ratcheted, like, to pour out and, that kind of thing. You see that one of them is overturned. Whatever the contents were are spread all over the floor, and it doesn't look like they're able to go down the drain because underneath each crucible is a series of drains. The drains look clogged. It looks like molten metal that occasionally shimmers and shifts color, texture, and consistency. You also see that there are alcoves, which are 10 feet wide, 10 feet deep, and 20 feet tall. And then in the ceilings of each of them, there are like ventilation. And you see that there are smaller crucibles in each of these. And the alcoves do bear signs of constant explosions and burn marks. This looks like a very dangerous place. The final thing that catches your eye is you see that there are a bunch of dead doggo people, little tiny doggo people, maybe 6 inches tall. They have adorable little bows and arrows, and one of them looks like it drowned in this weird silvery fluid. This one over here, its body looks really badly broken. This one over here, you only see pieces of it, not the whole thing. I will unpause it for you. Bella, you feel a wrinkly, cold, dry hand on your shoulder, and Vashon says, "I got a bad feeling about this."
He puts a hand on his hand. Something's up for sure. Man, if I see my mother again, I'm gonna have to make a wish or something. God damn.
I can't believe how cute those little guys are. Their life cut short. He seems a little choked up.
Confused as to why they're down here.
You may attempt a recall knowledge. Anybody that sees the body, the fluid, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Walter, you don't know shit.
That's on point.
I'm gonna roll with advantage because
okay.
we're at time.
Oh, okay.
I'm a gunslinger. I only have a limited amount of stuff here.
Stack, I think you're sitting on 3 hero points with 9 minutes left in the session.
I still have a +1 bonus to it as well for my cinnamon sear.
Beautiful.
Oh yeah, right.
Okay.
Point me at what you need to be rolled at. What I need to
Zanny, you know what those are. Those are werewolves. Very small werewolves.
Good thing they were drenched in molten silver then.
Bella, you recognize these as pugwampies. Yes. Here's the full body art of these pugwampies.
Can Cute. Very cute.
So what
Yeah,
I'm going to tell you the
old
basics
terrier.
that you know about them. They're mean, dog-faced, and craven. Pugwampies take disproportionate enjoyment from the accidents and missteps of other creatures, something that happens often due to their supernatural aura of ill fortune that they project. They enjoy preparing pranks involving spikes, excrement, pits full of spiders, and the like. Pugwampies are somewhat deaf and thus often yell loudly at each other when not hiding. Many Pugwampies worship Kolo. Are they called Kolo?
Yep.
Yeah, alright. Worship Kolo as gods and aspire to be more like Kolo. That's Knowles for the uninitiated. Although Kolos hate Pugwampies even more than most creatures do, due to their sycophantic fawning. You may ask one mechanical question about Pugwampies.
What's this misfortune aura?
So this misfortune aura that lingers even in death. Important to note. It is a 20-foot aura. Creatures other than animals, gremlins, and Kolo in the aura become extremely unlucky, but it is only a DC 16 will save. You must roll this will save twice and take the worst result. On a success, you are immune to all Pugwampy unluck auras for 24 hours. On a failure, you have disadvantage to all checks as long as you are in a Pugwampy aura. So this is an aura, this is a save that you 100% want to make. Alright. So if you do anything else in the session, it would probably be get close to one of those bodies so that you can have the save and roll, re-roll it if you fail. Alright, Zenny. Excellent. So Zenny, as you enter the room, Stack, as you enter the room.
You're walking on
Oh,
molten metal.
I'm not going in there.
Alright, I forgot to tell you the second part about the metal. Alright, so let's
You're
see.
telling us right now.
yeah. So the two of you that did get close to the corpse, this would also include Vulture, apparently. Go ahead and give me some will saves. You want to pass this? I don't think you can fail it, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to get like a nat 1 to fail.
I wish I hadn't used all my hero points because I had a card that would auto pass this.
I mean, if I roll a 2, you'll auto pass it.
Oh, okay.
I'm assuming you have a you actually have to roll a 4. You'd have to roll a 4. Okay. All right. So the three of you pass. You are immune to Pugwampy unluck aura for 24 hours. Fantastic. Stack. As you step into the metal, it is sticky on your feet. It is like some kind of glue. It feels like. Let's see. Yes, it is. You need to make an athletics check, DC 26, or you are stuck as you step into it. So go ahead and give me a DC 26 athletics check. All right, no problem. You pull your foot up and it's like sticky and gross. You realize that anybody trying to use a stride action that would take them through any space that has the stuff in it, you would have to make that check or stop moving. Stuck in place. All right. I'll unpause the game. Bella, your other check, as part of the check to kind of scan the room and scope the room, this is definitely a metal that has been infused with wild magic energy. Why anyone would make such a thing is, well, it probably makes sense to you actually, but yeah. But it definitely seems like it's in the early experimental stages because molecularly it is very unstable. You imagine that the application of any sort of energy to it would cause it to possibly change its molecular structure in random ways. And by energy, I mean like fire, electric, things like that, that would provide heat. Yeah. Things that would provide heat. Well, actually, yeah, I'd say any elemental damage would probably do it.
And let's get past this stuff.
Okay.
So like these tiles, like this one here, those
Yeah.
contain
I
enough.
would say I would say that those should be fine out of combat. But
Okay.
here, I'll do something like that for you to kind of give you an idea of like which spaces you. Whoa, my God!
Ooh, okay.
Found your drawing tool for the win. Here, I'll use the this one. All right. It's tricky in here because they have these little tiles. So you think that your miniature's really big, but it's not. There we go. All right. There. I kind of wish they had included this box in the first place, but there we go. All right, so that should give you a general sense of yeah.
I'll just do a little leap.
All right.
So I can jump 20 feet. So I have to do a run up as start of that.
Okay.
I could run to here and then just jump 20 feet.
All right. I mean, worst that happens is you get you get stuck. All right. As you turn the corner, Zenny, you think you see something massive scuttle deeper in to that turned over crucible.
I'm sure it doesn't want to be disturbed. I'll get out of the way for other people to get over here.
Okay.
Unless someone can toss me, I'm gonna have to blast boost it because I can't make
All
that
right.
jump, and I cannot make that flexion.
As
Now-
you move around, you see it in full. It looks like a tumorous heart that is pumping constantly, but no blood is passing through it. The interior of it is aglow with an inner heat and an inner light. It sort of like burst from itself, and you see all manner of like pseudopods kind of burst from the heart, and it lets out sort of a rumbling sort of it sounds sort of like a scream, but it's more like the scream of like an explosion that's having trouble finding a way to reach its full size. The creature sensing you and filled with rage is going to roll into initiative. And I guess I'll throw it up for everybody to see.
Oh.
Alright. I'll spend a hero point.
On your initiative
on my
roll?
initiative.
It's a good idea.
Still only get a 19.
Alright, we'll roll for Katrin, I guess. Katrin can roll herself in at the beginning of next session, because I think we're at time. That's actually perfect timing, guys. Wow. Alright, yeah, so if you have a hero point left, you may want to use it for a reroll on your initiative if your initiative is not good. Alrighty. There you go, Stack. Holy shit. Oh, wait. Who re-rolled the 18? Oh, Walter re-rolled an 18. God damn. Okay. Bella, give me that initiative roll.
I'm actually in another room right now with my hands full. Could you either roll for me or can I roll the next session?
Oh, sure. I'll roll for you real quick. All right. You rolled great. You got 26. You want to?
Nope,
all right.
I don't have any more points.
All right, beautiful. So Walter, you beat this thing's nat 20 initiative. So you'll get to act first, but it's going to be a very spicy time next week.
Sorry, how do I hero point the initiative?
Just right click and re-roll it.
Right click your initiative roll and
Oh, okay. I thought there was
re-roll
something in the
hero
initiative
point.
tracker that
Yeah,
would.
no.
Okay.
No.
I mean, I guess technically you could go back and roll it. The initiative
Yeah.
again, but yeah, you can do it in the chat.
Oof. All right, so now you're going slower than before. That's okay. All right, I'll take you guys back to the dashboard. All right.
Person that can see it. It's of course last.
Fantastic. So, that takes us to the end of our session. We will resume next week. I don't see any interruption of service on the horizon. Quick announcements. I have started prep for Skyhaven on Thursdays. If you are curious how I'm going to make a level 1 to 20 miniature Kingmaker campaign set in the elemental plane of air, with barely any working knowledge of the lore of Pathfinder 2e, you should watch. Not if you're going to play in the game though, because I am showing different techniques using modern tools, AI, screen reader, all sorts of stuff to kind of help me digest the massive amount of lore and stuff, because even though it is homebrew, I still want to do my due diligence to learn about the world of Pathfinder and kind of respect that lore and bring it in, even though it is going to be essentially a planescape campaign, because it does take place in the elemental plane of air. So I'm going to be tackling things like building custom heritages, making custom items and feats to add flavor to the campaign, coming up with like political factions, coming up with systems for airship battles and how that's going to work. So it's a lot of work, and we don't have a lot of time because that adventure is actually going to start sometime it's going to start in January, so it's just kind of right around the corner. We also have Extra Life coming up. We did some prep for Extra Life instead of a vodcast last night. Me and Dom are very excited about it. We were working on the Gashapon orbs. If you're not familiar with that, it's donations can be spent to open up Gashapon orbs, like you're in a pay-to-win loot box video game. And then every fifth one that's open applies to everyone in the party. And of course, there are Gashapons that play on the theme of there being two rival adventuring parties that can somehow sabotage each other or be forced to switch members back and forth. So, yeah, a lot of neat stuff coming up. If you're interested in Extra Life, donating, playing, supporting, reach out to me, find out more. We have a ton of great sponsors. Foundry VTT, the Forge VTT, Tom Cardos, and many other fantastic map artists are going to be providing stuff for our donor rewards bundle. So if you donate $25 or more, you will get all the things in the donor rewards bundle. And then, of course, there will be a prizes given out for people that donate, and then also people who hang out in chat during the event. We also have a new sponsor this year. There's someone called Paizo. I guess they make pizza or something like that. But they're going to be providing some Papa Paizo's Pizzeria are going to be providing some prize support for the event as well, which is pretty cool. Yeah. All right. Anybody have any other announcements? Okay.
As it seems so.
All right. I hope everybody enjoys their Saturday, and I'll see you next time.
Thanks for running. And thanks everyone for tuning in. Catch you next time.